long. It's been a long week. It's been exciting though.
It's only been 6 days. It hasn't been a full 7 days since the last time we got together, right? It's only been 6 days.
Feels like it has.
You know, they say a minute in hell feels like a million in paradise.
Yeah, yeah. Right. Let me just.
Okay. Let me share the post too. That way we're all set. Let's see. I mean, seriously, it's almost like, what should we talk about? Is there anything really to talk about?
I know. I can't think of anything.
Oh my god. Yeah. Flow migration. Have we talked about flow migration yet?
Yeah. Okay, one sec. Here we go. Live now. Live. So, what did you think then when you read through the draft that got released?
It's one of those like, wow. I mean, listen, you know, it's some of it is just, you can kind of like, look, you know, we have something that's, I think we can work better. What do we use to allow it to work better? And then next thing you know, hey, we're gonna make Banker a utility token. It's like, I mean, seriously, it's like, what? It's like, come on, where's my crystal ball? It's, you know, I mean, to me, it's like, it's the first thing. What is the first thing I did when I heard the news? This is why Patreon is important. This is why Patreon is important.
Yeah, definitely sign up to Patreon if you haven't signed up to Patreon.
I mean, I'm a VIP. You know, it's paid for itself within 1 day. Why is Patreon important? Because I get the news, go to Patreon, I see the hit, and I was like, what? First thing I did was cash out everything I had and buy tons of Banker. That's what I did. So, and you know, I never tell anybody what to do, right? I just know that as soon as and of course, I think it came out to the general public within about 20 or 30 minutes. And it's like, man, I know. It's like, God, I wish I had a little bit more time. But 20 minutes in trading, 20 minutes in finances is like an eternity. So, yeah. and even now, to be fair, even now, you know, Banker, you know, you can't really say that Banker price has moved. It's 10x or 20x. It's still reasonable. It's actually still lower when there was speculation about the Banker reactor.
Yeah. It's like what? It's only gone up about what, 40x, I think. So it has doubled in price, but it's not. It's only the start, isn't it? It's like, it's not exactly moon yet.
No. I mean, when they were talking about Banker reactor earlier, remember? I think it hit 10.5 TRX when it was just speculation about the Banker reactor. You know, when there was just speculation about the Banker reactor. You know, not that there was solid news. Now we have solid news. Banker is a utility token, which is funny. During speculation, it was worth more than it was now that you have the news. You know, I mean, it's really funny too, because I mean, how many people? What's up? Look at that. Yo. Can I do gangster stuff? I don't know if I can do gangster. Am I too white to do gangster stuff? Am I too old to do back gangster stuff?
Maybe, yeah.
So let's see. What do we got there?
So that's just the bank price. Thought I'd put it on whilst we're talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, that so far is doing okay. I mean, I don't see too many. I mean, it's kind of just really oscillating, right? And that'll kind of continue that way between banking. So honestly, it's an elastic token, and I mean, so that means the reactor is doing its job as people are buying or selling. You have enough liquidity, so it should be okay.
Yeah, totally.
So I find it to be still at a good, decent, you know, pretty, you know, it's kind of oscillating between a certain price. What are we talking about? 10 TRX, more or less, around 10.
I think it's about
10.5.
Let me just check Bankroll. quickly. 8.4 TRX.
Oh, is that Banker or Banker X?
Banker's 8.4. So what's Banker X is what, about 9?
Let me see. I have
10.
10. Yeah, it's 10. Yeah, so Banker X is 10. Banker. So it's that's how it is, right? So Banker, which is a limited token. See the highest one I got? That's where I usually end up buying. Yeah. Look, you know, listen, this is I don't tell you what to do, but you know what I do? When I hear tokens have no use, when I hear no use, there's nothing there right now, there's nothing that we have for it, that's when it's incredibly valuable. Because, you know, gold, you know, how much are we talking about? Banker is like the gold, right? Well, guess what? Gold is heavy. It makes your bags heavy. But it's also conducive to wealth because, of course, gold is a very excellent conductor. So it's conducive to wealth. Wait, where's Costco, man? We had the no hair versus the hair. This could have been. I mean, come on.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I think the information for the draft has been out long enough that we can sort of talk about it now. I think maybe. What do you reckon?
Woo! The graph.
Well, what you put out on Patreon? Do you reckon we can talk about it?
I have no idea. I haven't even. What are you guys talking about? The Patreon?
Yeah. You put the information
I haven't even looked at it. I gotta look at it real quick.
Well, it was the Patreon post when it came out about Banker, the utility of Banker.
Mate. So
I think he's God. What did you think of when you got the Patreon post that Banker was going to have utility?
Well, I mean, you know, the post was awesome, right? The post was for the people that didn't really understand it, but we kind of already, you know, we're ready. It was just kind of like icing on the cake for us. For us, because we kind of said it on the last stream, right, guys? And then, you know, we all bought because we basically we were joking around on a stream, but then right after stream, we're like, well, fuck, we might as well buy it just in case. And next thing you know, the news drops and we're like, this is great. Like, I mean, I read it, but yeah, I mean, I was just like, you know, you guys, we're kind of ahead of the.
Well, first stream.
What I thought was, I was like, yo, this is amazing. I was like, hell yeah. It was probably one of the best days ever. I was like, this is fucking awesome.
What did we say on the first stream, Crypto Buddy? The very first stream, what is it, 9 weeks ago, right?
I bet your mortgage.
Definitely don't bet your mortgage. Never. But also,
I should have done that. Ah, damn.
No, don't bet your mortgage. But also, the other thing is, where were you when Banker was 3 to 4 TRX?
Yeah.
Very first stream, I said that. I asked that question. You know, hey, at some point, when do you want to? Don't buy at 10. Why is it a good idea to buy at 10 and it's a terrible idea to buy at 4? I don't get it.
I mean, yeah, one of the things I think we were talking about, we were like, listen, whenever it gets to 4 or 5 TRX, PT comes in usually. It's a good buy. It's a good buy, 4 or 5. It's a good buy, boys.
And even now, I'm actually surprised that it's slow. Not that it's slow. I'm actually surprised at the price right now. I don't think it's dawned on people yet. You know, because I mean, there's 34,000 accounts. I mean, let's assume out of those 34,000 accounts, let's just say 1,000 are actual. Well, let's go with 2,000. Let's say 2,000 are actual people. People have, you know, they've gotten the 15 levels and so forth. So let's say there's 2,000 actual people, because, you know, some of us can have multiple accounts. We can have, you know, multiple accounts doing different things. So if you have 2,000 people and you want to get 15 levels, you need 15,000 Banker. That's it.
Yeah, and it's gone, Felly. We bought it all. There's 14,000 players. I see you, Crypto. Crypto Mobile's talking about 14,000 players to hold 15,000 in its max supply. Here's the thing, boys. Our team's got way over that per play. Guys, we all got like 50K. Like, come on. And we're nothing. I imagine the big ballers have way more than 15K, guys. It's done. There's probably only going to be like 100 players.
Yeah. I mean, but it's also the, you know, it's the ultimate utility token. It's the ultimate utility token.
Well, what that means is, yeah, exactly. What that means is 100 guys are going to buy it all up. So you better get your little stake in while you can, because that shit's about to rocket. Like, I'm trying to tell you guys, we already bought a shit ton. Like, it's gone.
Hey, listen, I said, what did I say? Crystal ball. What was it?
It's all in Stronghold, man. That's why it's not moving, because Stronghold's bought so much.
Well, and there's tons of liquidity in swap. There's tons of liquidity in stock.
From what last week, I think Stronghold's buying like 500,000 TRX worth of Banker a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's at the low. That's when Banker's at the low. Banker X is at a low. Imagine what it was doing when Banker X was at $1.
Yeah. I mean, you know, really, that's, you know, we talked about Banker when the very first post. Where were you when Banker was 3 to 4 TRX? That was like the very first post. So if you want to say I predicted this long time ago, I did not predict. I just asked a question. Where were you? When Banker was 3 to 4 TRX? And then what happened? And then Patreon paid for 10 years of itself all in one post. I wish I had more than 20 minutes. but that's not BT's fault. I mean, it's about more of a. It's more of about that. That's, hey, were you in position? And in this field, you know, if you're betting on your finances, then you got to be in position. So you might as well get every what advantage what you have. And you know, what is it, $5 a month? I mean, I said screw that. I got the VIP. I got the VIP, the very important patron. I just go with the patron. Just screw it. I'm just gonna pay this up front. It's gonna pay for itself. It already paid for itself, you know. But yeah, someone even put out there, BT dropped 1 million Banker. The price barely moves. So that means that there's more than 1 million Banker out there. You know? Yeah. So
hey.
like look who it is.
What's up, man? The
celebrity himself. Boom. He's wearing his Bankroll shirt. I had to out my secret identity today. I'm Batman. Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, unicorn Batman. That's like a win.
No, it looks like a watermark on the video, but it's actually the T-shirt.
So what did you think about the Banker bomb?
I think I think there are two people in Bankroll really smart, confirmed. So maybe BT was listening, or maybe just a stroke of a genius. Both. I think it's exciting. I mean, it gives us all reasons to. We discussed this last stream. 21 million limited. So if we had listened to our own advice back then, let's pick it up a bit, and maybe someone in the stream did, and it pay off big time. I think it's exciting. I have my bag ready. I don't see the price dropping much lower, because the ones who bought to sell already sold. Panic sold, by the way. I noticed some big whales thought they were making good moves, and they just have.
Listen, I mean, 100% is good, Man of War. 100%. Good job. You got 100%. See ya.
So, yeah, I think it's not gonna be lower now.
No, I mean, were you on it, Man of War, when we said in the beginning, the very I think it might have been the first stream or something, where I said, "Hey, where were you when Banker was 3 to 4 TRX?" Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Where were you? That's what we're gonna say. Where were you when Banker was 3? It's like, well, it's got no utility, got nothing. It's like, yeah, that's when I want to keep you and hug you, because you have no use. You have no use. I'm just gonna keep you. I'm just gonna have you here, and when you have use, I've already got you at the lowest point. But nothing. I mean, it's ifs and debs, and things move, you know, and things move, and at the end, it's it was a good, because I know someone said out there is like, you convinced somebody. You were the inner circle. I was like, I don't know what inner circle you're talking about. I'm in the Earth. I'm in the planet. We come on the live stream. Yes, I am in the planet circle. Yes, and I can do Jedi mind tricks, and I can levitate, and I can do all sorts of things. And I can tell Crypto Man where he can figure out. I want you to speak French right now, and he'll talk French. And you can't speak French. My tricks are not working. Come on.
It was very very nice. Now we see that we can only stack use cases on top of Banker. We have the first use case, and many more will come. So it's just a matter of time before people start to realize there's no waiting. The more you wait, the higher it's gonna go. Well, sure, it may drop half a point or something, but it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. We are thinking. I would say thinking long term, like next month, next month kind of thing, because even a month ago we were still in Christmas. It's crazy to think that it was it feels like ages ago, and around Christmas, what was the price of Banker X? I think it was. I think it was 11. I'm not sure, but I think it was 11. We were discussing this. So I mean, we were at 11. We're now at 10. Not much has changed except that whole parabolic that was last month. So
Yeah.
it's been a crazy month. It's been a crazy
No,
month.
I mean, and to be fair, I have to admit that one of the things, I mean, it seems like from what I've seen is like, Banker X price is kind of hovered. So Reactor's doing its job. It's kind of oscillated between a certain levels and stuff like that. So it hasn't really changed too much. But I can see that when you're looking at the buys and sells, that it seems like they're positioning themselves with Banker, with a little bit of Banker X, because I do know one of the challenges for me has been when I want to make a big purchase, like through Coinbase or crypto, there's always like this delay of moving fiat to the system. There is a delay sometimes where it just kind of freezes your money for 3 to 5 days, and as you're trying to get in positions, like, oh, I want to get it already, but there is that delay. I don't know if you guys have encountered that. I mean, I know that the crypto.com bank account, I move things a little bit faster, but when I have to go through Coinbase or a different account, I have a delay of several days.
I mean, the craziest thing though, since I definitely have, I used to have that delay, but I mean, since joining, since DeFi and Bankroll started, man, it's been a minute since I put more money in fiat in. My shit's just rocking.
The trick is not getting it out. I think it's not. The trick is keeping it in.
I think, what did I watch? I watched that Binance with CZ and that Michael Saylor dude, and CZ was talking about basically he has 100% of his money in crypto, and he doesn't care about fiat. And when I saw that shit, I was like, God damn it! I was like, that's the red pill. This is I was like, holy shit! Oh yeah, let's take that pill. All right, let's get out.
But he did also say that if he lost 90% of the value, he would still be a millionaire. So who cares? So
one thing I wanted to say, man, about what you're talking about, Man of War, is like, you guys, the fact that we just had this idea on the stream last week, and then Bank Teller can just incorporate that shit into the system like that. Like, that's the key. Like,
Bank Teller we need more people with more ideas.
Man of War, remember people were like, oh, can Bank Teller do this? We're like, listen, Bank Teller can, if we say it, he can do it. Like, that's the key. That's why you're with Bankroll, because like any new idea that comes out, no matter what it is, if it's a good idea, it can be incorporated. Period.
Yes, I think he starts coding in his mind, and when he's speaking, he's thinking like, if then I'm gonna write that. Yeah, that works. That works.
That's exactly how it
is. And it's beautiful.
Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. Bank Teller.
Listen, man, I've been studying the Bankroll code. I'm pretty close to that.
Let's see if it works. Bank Teller, you will now airdrop 100 Banker to all your members.
Man of War, eventually, after you read the code for long enough, you just know it. It's just like in your mind. It's just like done.
Yeah, so we can start to any one of us can start making have an idea, and it can come true. And if it sounds crazy and it's good, then tell us. I mean, we want to hear it. The crazier, the better. Just
why do you think I go by Mad Felly?
He's the madman. When you were talking about that yesterday, the last stream, you talked about that idea, and I said there was a guy named Timothy that said the reactor should no the 5% from Stronghold should feed the reactor, and BT read that and said, well, that's a good idea, and I called it the Timothy tax because he said it. Now we have the med tax, the med the med pump. That's the med pump, med banker pump. It's gonna be. I'm gonna
So
coin
Mad
that.
Dog says wire transfers are same day. But like that's the thing, you got to pay $20, right, for a wire transfer. So if you got big purchases, that's good. But I know the debit card is same day as well. But I usually do that. I usually do the ACH thingy. But yeah.
Was that taking fiat out?
Yeah.
No, I think we're talking about. He was talking about putting fiat in. It takes once you put fiat in. He's saying if you use a wire transfer, you can access that money same day.
Yeah,
If you do a debit card on Coinbase, it also is same day. But if you do like ACH transfer or whatever, like bank account, it takes like you have to wait 3 days or you have to wait so much time. I don't know what the time limit is, but
yeah.
that's
You
why
know, and I can imagine as BT is coding this thing about banker and his. I mean, I think he even said it as he's coding banker to have utility. I'm sure he's going like, I used to have 2 million banker.
But that's good. Now we have it. Now we have it. We all share a piece.
let's be real. He might be saying that, but let's be real. He made it. He's happy.
No, I mean it's a community. It's a community. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
He's getting it back. I'm looking at you.
Don't ban me. Don't ban me. BT. Don't ban me.
Back in the game, man. BT's back in the banker game. He's getting that shit right back. Don't let him play that shit.
Don't
If you have banker, you need to buy banker ASAP. BT already got it.
Yeah, I think when more and more people are gonna start seeing that, yes, you need banker to get those levels. So even one level, one person, 15,000 persons, that's easy math. That's pump, mad pump. Let's mad pump it.
I mean, if you wanted, let's say, if even 15,000 is 15 levels. Let's just say you wanted 10 levels. That's 2,000. That's
Yes,
just
very doable. Very doable.
That's doable, right? That's 2,000. If there's 34,000 players, and let's just say it's a quarter of them. Let's just say there's 9,000 players. 9,000 times 2,000. That's 18 million.
Listen, there's not enough banker, but here's the thing.
No,
Here's the thing. It might not even be worth it to go 15 levels.
No.
Unless you're on like a chain like ours where you're guaranteed to have big ass deposits under you. Because if you have 15,000 banker, it costs 5,000 to get to the next level. But if your 15th person only has 100 banker X, it's worth it. You just wasted 5,000 banker. What's the point of wasting 5,000 banker on a 15th person who only has 100? But in our line, it's the only place that might actually matter. If everyone's got 20K or more, then you know that extra 5,000 banker, which is worth like thousands of dollars already, is actually worth it.
And actually, when you think about it, let's say we start Flow on the first day, we have some amount of banker locked. As the teams develop, the teams continue to grab more banker to fund other chains and to fund other accounts to grow more levels on other chains. So even if you think 20% is going to be locked up inside the wallets per se in the first day, maybe 2 weeks from then it might be 30% because people are accumulating the banker because they know the value will go up. But I mean, it's a no-brainer in my opinion.
No, it's not right.
What will happen with the price of Banker X? I think it's exactly the same cycle is going to happen. Is we're going to start all over again. People are start buying to fund their positions on Flow 1.2 again. But I mean, it has been a crazy ride last month. It might be a crazy ride next month as well. Last month and last month.
Yeah. So with the banker position, when it's like 2,000 banker for 10 directs, or it's 15,000 for 15 directs. I love the fact that he's kind of made it. You need to pay so much more to have 15. Because it's kind of like a whale penalty, and I like that.
Yeah, you can do kind of the math. Is it worth having 5,000 banker to get that extra 10%, or just invest that 5,000 banker and stake it or something, and you get 200% APY on that money? But for some people doing the math, the most valuable position might be 13, 14 levels. Maybe the 15 is a bit overkill, but over time, as the chain compounds itself, that opens up the 10 extra percent. So in
Mhm.
the beginning, it might not be worth it for most of the people. Well, if you want to min max, I mean, if you're holding banker, might as just well put it in that wallet. So yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. Now with stronghold, what's gonna happen? What do you guys think?
I mean,
Yeah.
someone said earlier is like, oh my god, the APY of Stronghold that's going down. What's going on? It's like, yeah, but the banker also doubled in price, which is tied to Stronghold. So if you can be at 200, you can be 200% at 4 TRX, or you can be 150% at 8 TRX.
Yo, someone was asking me like, listen, they're like, hey, should I dump my stronghold and whatever? I was like, and get banker. I was like, listen, stronghold's tied to banker. The prices will go up with banker. I was like, listen, everybody's probably gonna dump. No offense, the guys that are short-sighted and short-minded will dump early. You're gonna get their money when they dump out. Relax. Wait until the last minute. In the very last minute that you need your banker, then you dump your stronghold. Because then let everybody else dump for you, collect all their divs, and then you dump after. Yeah,
If
get it after.
stronghold was 100 was walked like stockpile, people wouldn't be crying because they had made so much money.
Yeah.
People literally lose money taking it out of stronghold. Every
Right.
time they do it, they say, "Fuck, I
Yeah.
lost money."
You should only take out stronghold what you need for banker. Like if you need 15K banker, then you should sell 15K worth of stronghold to get that 15K banker and leave the rest. Like,
I
stronghold.
don't know. Stronghold has always been a good position. You know, I have to say, and what do they say? The last person standing is the one who collects all the divs.
Yeah.
So you know, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure I have enough banker to give me the utility for all my chains. You know, so and at the same time, I mean, it could be at some point as the utility of the token becomes more valuable, as more chains are made, where all of a sudden there's a scarcity, you know, and hey, this is all speculation, right? But scarcity usually means more demand. More demand means price. It could be at some point that, man, it's my 4 TRX banker becomes 100 TRX banker, becomes 1,000 TRX banker, just to get to the levels. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but it just ends up being that it's a valuable token that has a lot of utility. And if you know, and it's actually also even a good negotiating tactic to say, you know what, I want you to have a chain under me. It's got to be at least 10,000 banker X. But guess what? I'm going to give you 1,000 banker.
20,000. We're at 20,000, but
I mean, there's different ways. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's kind of an idea saying, oh.
The one thing is, I saw
BT
how he's going to change the 5% from stronghold to flow. So I think that's going to make everybody sell. So you're going to want to wait until the last minute and then dump your stronghold for after that. But like, you know, once that 5% goes to flow, like BT was just saying in chat today, like I was looking it up, guys. Like right now we're averaging like 500,000 TRX a day.
That's for what? For stronghold?
5% buybacks. So those 5% buybacks from flow is 500,000 TRX a day right now.
That's
Like,
insane.
Wow.
so that's been going on since the day one of flow. That's why stronghold has so much liquidity. That's why when $1 million buy hits swap, it doesn't really do shit.
Yeah.
Because 5%'s been being bought since day one of flow.
But I saw when the reactor is working, the amount of sales that Flow does that in SwapX to feed Stronghold, it kind of counteracts the reactor a bit because it needs to sell Banker X to feed to buy with TRX in the banker, and it kind of negates a bit. And I think that 5% amount doesn't, well, 1% on the reactor or 5%, it will hold the price down more than can go up.
Here's the thing though. But here's the thing. So the 5%'s been going to stronghold, which has been selling banker X. But if the 5% goes to the reactor and the reactor is buying banker X,
well, but okay, so that also means that
the price of X might go up a lot.
yes, because okay, so he's basically switching 500k TRX from SwapX to Stronghold every day. It's like yoink.
It switches from buying Banker to buying Banker X.
No, for sell it sells Banker X to buy Banker.
No, that's what it does today. It sells
Yes.
Banker X by
Yes.
tomorrow. It's going to sell Banker X into Reactor, and Reactor, I guess, right, buys Banker. So
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
basically
exactly. Oh, okay. So it's gonna.
not Banker X. It's going to be buying Banker
Yes,
X.
yes, understood. Yes. Oh,
Now,
okay. So
so the price of Banker is going to be supported because all of us just bought it all up. So Banker doesn't need the Reactor. Now the Reactor is going to go straight to fucking Banker X. But everything's going to be on Banker X. Banker is good. Everything's going up, boys. It's all going up.
that's the network TVL. That's our we climbing the ranks.
Dude,
That's
it's
where
all
our
going up.
Mega cap.
Yep,
Or
including my hair right now. Don't you see it? It's poking way up high. Way up high.
Like, we're about to get rich.
It's messing up
I
my
will
do.
come down,
It's messing up
bros.
my do, Cods. I mean, come on, look, I have length here. Length. You know?
No,
Stockpile is still paying. Everything is still paying. People cry, but there is that gif with the man crying with the
yeah,
bank bills.
the tears. It's like the Michael Jordan cry. It's like, listen, Michael Jordan's crying, but while Michael Jordan's crying, he's making $1 million a second. It's like, shut up, get out of here, bro.
Keep calm and roll, but
Yeah. I mean, and the news wasn't just about Banker. The news was also then it came out the little draft. Of course, this is a draft; it's not finalized, but the draft that was posted about now the not just Banker and the levels, but now the negative wallets. What do we do with the negative wallets? Or not even what do we do? As the chains are built, like whoa, here we are at the great reset of our chains. And now we got to restructure it because the negative wallets really can affect the team dynamics, and stuff. So what do you guys think of that so far?
Basically made everybody buy Banker X like crazy on our team. On our team, everybody's like, I want to get positive. I want to get positive. Don't drop us. And I'm like, listen, no one's going to drop anybody. Yeah, get positive. Get positive. Stay positive.
I think people will see that once the release is made, they're gonna have to grab Banker X to get that positive back. I think the price will surge for a bit because of that, and then it's gonna be more natural because people will see. I think the greatest thing that people will see is the longevity. Okay, so right now you could hyper compounding to infinity, and the project would be overinflated in 5 months, 6 months, then game over for some. And right now you see that with these changes, the longevity and the lifespan of the project can be extended much further. Okay, so only time will tell, but I will be there in that time. I will be there because I see it, that it can extend so far, and more people are holding on the sidelines that didn't buy in the first place. That they didn't buy in the first place, but then they buy in December because the price shoot up, and now they're stuck here. That's good, also. I mean, you FOMO, now stick with us, and promise you that that's gonna be made good returns because we have to change the platform. If we if BT kept it like that, it would be all over for us. So I think the longevity of it, even Team Vietnam is buying Banger like crazy. They see it. They see it for what it is. They see they can profit for 6, 7, 12 months. They see it. Only people that are not so into the MLM structures and the way to make 1% of their such and marketing, real life marketing, know that this will succeed.
And you said it. I heard it. I heard it there as I was getting ready to. As I'm checking out of the hotel to go mobile. I heard Team Vietnam. It's like Team Vietnam, Team Vietnam, yeah.
I think 20% of banker is in Vietnam right now. So we might want to change the flag of Vietnam to Bankroll logo. So
I look. I see their posts at late at night on my end of the world, and I just want to stay up to just see a couple posts.
by the way, we need to have a party. Bankroll party is gonna be organized by them. I see them partying over there with karaoke and restaurants. I like that. I like that a lot.
We should get them out there.
We should definitely go. I think the country is not that expensive, and with a week, maybe 2 weeks of diffs, I would be there for a month or two. So I would enjoy it very much.
We could live off. We could live there a week from 3 hours of divs from there. So, and actually, you know what? That reminds me. I'm gonna reset. I'm gonna reset my divs counter just to see how it's been so far. So let's see. Let's see. That's always that. Man, you guys gotta remind me. All right.
Yo, Crypto, Man of War, we can calculate the team TVL. If you send me the wallet, I can calculate exactly how much TVL is below it.
What, below Team Vietnam?
I can calculate it to the single
wallet.
Banker X digit. Like I can calculate it to the Banker X, like exactly how much.
Definitely calculate below me. I mean, calculate below me.
I think the last we ran our Man of War, I think our team's at 2.8 million Banker X in our chain. It's insane.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. I wouldn't know how much I think maybe I don't know my team, but I would like to.
So drop your address. I can check it right now. I can show. We could run it on stream.
All right, there you go. So it's I've zeroed it out. I've zeroed it out. Wait, let's see if I can get it. I've zeroed it out. Proof. Zeroed it out. All right, so there we go.
Nice.
So I'm gonna hold the screenshot 142, and then I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to log off, but I'm gonna go mobile, and I'll be right back. All right. So I'll be back in a couple minutes, and let's just see what. And that I'll let you guys do your programming TVL calculation. I'm just here for the BS and the lack of beauty. All right.
You want that screen on? You want that screen on?
What's up?
Did you want that screen on?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can throw it on. I'm just gonna real quick get some calculations. I'm just gonna see what our chain's at.
Okay.
So what are your guys' thoughts on this chain restructuring? My point of view, I think it's good. I think it's 100% good, but I think it's gonna be a shit show in that day, because I have a lot of people that are dependent on not on themselves to realign with the chain. So I don't know. That there can be room for some fuck ups, and I don't fear it, because I know wallets are, at the end of the day, you still make 1% a day. Come on, your upline is a Fugazi, is a Uzi, it's a Wazi. You understand? You have to trust him, so you can set up another wallet. But if you want, actually, I was thinking about this yesterday. You might want to be further down the chain. People say, "Oh, let's get an underbank teller." Yeah, underbank teller. Yeah, it does airdrops. Yeah, but if you get in the 14th spot of a chain, 14 guys above you can do an airdrop and you still get it. So, I mean, if you're right under BT, you only get airdrop from one person. But imagine if you're in a big chain, one random person does an airdrop and you get it. I think
Exactly.
if you avoid the odds, I mean, I have some airdrop wallets. One of them was successful ROI fast, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still we all still have to catch those opportunities.
No, 100%, dude. I think at first, I think we kind of talked about it last time, but I was a little bit worried, but like everyone's saying, like, dude, we kind of went through this stuff already on day one. I mean, Man of War, if you remember day one, we all did the work of day one, and then it got reset the next morning, and we had to do it all over again.
It was a sad day when I woke up. I was like,
no, Yo, Man of War, we messed up so much. We ruined the whole chain. The entire chain was ruined. I was up till about 4 a.m. signing people on, and at the end of it, I had no team. I had nobody. I was like, what the hell? How did I get nobody? I was like, it was so bad. So honestly, listen, I was worried, but after night 2, we kind of got it figured out. Like we're not too worried, man. We have everybody on a list. We're gonna bring them all into rooms one by one, just like last time. Obviously, if you don't verify with us on chain, we just we have to move on. So everybody that wants to leave can leave. Like you said, Man of War. The thing is, like, our chain is deep, but our team, the top guys, have wallets through the whole chain. Like we have wallets on all the side chains, the lower chain, the middle chain. Like you're not really. There's nowhere you can go that we're not in.
When it rains, it pours. I mean, everyone is
like even if everybody left the chain, we could just consolidate all of our wallets and still be all right. Like, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
that's one thing I'm thinking. When it comes to consolidation, I have some wallets that maybe I don't need them so spread. I have one on NDR's chain. I intend to keep it. I never claim, never. I only roll on that account. You don't. I block element. Block this element.
What's funny about
Block.
that? I'm on some side chains too, and when on my side chain wallets, I feel more inclined to roll. I'm like, oh, this is that dude's side chain. Like, oh, I should
Yeah,
roll.
yeah.
And like, I think it's
That's
good
the
to get
out.
on different side chains. It's good to have multiple wallets on multiple like strong teams, because then you feel good. It's like, oh yeah, I should roll for this guy. This is a great team. Like, I want to roll. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm glad you're on our chain, man. That's awesome. Like, I would love. I got to get on your chain. I need to sign up.
I in those wallets and on the Rs chain, I never claimed. I only roll, and actually, it gives great returns. If we see, okay, so I got 30 Banker X. I haven't seen the wallet in God knows how much. 30 Banker X. Oh, that's nice. Then you see under the rewards, you get, oh, wow, that's almost 3 times as much.
It's
So
crazy.
just make the count the numbers. It's great. I mean, when he told me to join, I was like, yeah, sure, I will join. I was always like helping out. Then it was like, dude, you're gonna need to put 1,000 Banker X on your next account. And I was like, okay, I will do that. Banker X. It was at $1.40 or $1.30. I
Oh,
was like, okay, I'll do that. But actually, if I now go look at it, it's almost like I don't know what 1,500, maybe 1,700, just because of I keep rolling it. It's one of those things. Is you will always think okay, I can claim from this wallet is the one I claim. The other ones are just little projects that you
roll
just
up.
roll and expect for the best. And I think it's great because one time if you want to, actually I never claimed it. I never claimed. I only claim from one wallet, and the other ones I don't need to. And that's good. And to withdraw, I withdraw on the 7th only. I only withdraw because it's my birthday. So I'm always thinking, okay, I'll withdraw on the 7th because it's my birthday, and let's keep it. Let's make amends. On the 7th, I take off.
I think one good thing that I love the reset because now because one thing I did was I have wallets in a lot of side chains, but I also created my own little personal mini chain of like 4 or 5 wallets with just my money, and I just keep flowing it through that little 4 or 5 wallets. And every morning, I wake up and I know for a fact like I control all 4 wallets. So I roll them all, and I see the divs every morning, and it's great. And it's like now, and like you were saying, I was only claiming from one wallet. Those wallets are so positive because I was only ever rolling them to the top wallet. And now those wallets are so big with the reset. We have like our 10K, 20K min. I can take my personal wallet and bring it to the 10K min because it's got 10K now. Now it's eligible. I built up a wallet eligible to go to these big chains, and now I can get in the big chain. I'm like, hell yeah. It's kind of cool. So I definitely think you should build up your own personal chain because you never know. There could be another reset. And if you build up another small wallet that's not in like a side chain of someone else's, you can bring it to you can put it wherever you want, and you're not really stealing from anybody.
No, for sure, for sure. I think what's interesting is so many people have different ways of playing the game, and I think it's great. I think that there must be someone out there doing something that we have no idea about, and that's the exciting part when you figure out stuff. There's no manual, there's no instructions. There's only you with your head thinking about the ways to diversify. And when it comes to team building, I mean that's a whole nother game. You have to find a way to grow the bigger team, the better team, to come out successful and empower your members, empower your community. And that's not on the code. That's your job. I mean, and everyone can do it all they want it. And I think it's great. It's a great
Yeah, I think, yeah, no, 100%. It's like, listen, guys, if good guys like us don't start coming in the system and start using it correctly and being good team leads, well, then you're gonna have guys that come in and speculate and just dump and take everybody's money because yeah, the system's not good or bad. It's just whoever wants to use it can use it however they want. And so it basically eventually people that know how to make money are gonna come and scam the shit out of this thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so we got to take hold of it now. basically.
If you have an old chain that is net positive, more rewards to the chain. I mean, if you account the 10% of or the 30% that you get from the first and so forth, if everyone is positive, the whole chain TVL grows like crazy. And if there are continuous breaks and negative people, well, most of all, if they are negative, they might continue to be negative and take money out of the chain that belongs in your chain, for say. But you imagine if your chain is at like a day, okay, on the 10th day of the month, we all claim, and we take all that claimed money and we buy banker, and then you see like 200k buy banker on the 10th. And I mean, imagine if you one cool thing would be if you could airdrop banker, just straight airdrop banker to your chain. So say, okay, I'm gonna airdrop banker, don't sell, and you keep feeding your team banker, and then at the end of the day, your team has the whole pot of banker. And I think you guys are doing in that. But if your chains keep buying more and more banker, you end up with a substantial percentage of the whole banker supply, and then you have a seat at the table. You're like, I mean, the team who has the most banker in a month, in 2 months, 3 months, they might be the ones that needs teams under them. If you want this banker, I will give you the banker if you set up under me. You don't even have to buy it. You don't even have to buy it. Just
Yeah.
it's
I mean, I think
good meta
I
game.
think
It's not
at
on the
one
code.
There's gonna be a black market for banker, a black market. It'll be like the banker black market.
You can do it. You can do it. We can do it. A website, the black market, big banker X black market.net.
It's gonna be like that Dave Chappelle meme. You got any more banker? Where can I find some banker?
I did that one ages ago. I did that GIF.
It's awesome.
There's the other part of the draft that we haven't talked about yet. It's about the APY dropping as you take it out. Like, what do you guys think about
The APY dropping as you reach whale status.
Yeah.
I think that's the key. That's the key to the game. That will keep because we saw and didn't take much math to figure out that if you had 20k banker X or 30k, I don't know for certain, in a month or in a year or less than a year, maybe 9 months, you would reach 1 million if you compound it every day. And that's for people that have 20k banker X right now. So I mean, they will start to see, okay, or either I find another strategy, so I can keep earning 1% a day, or I just take the hit like everyone else and start earning less. But I think that's the key for someone tomorrow. If tomorrow someone drops 1 million banker X into a Flow account, in a year it will consume us alive without this backstop. I think the backstop is the key for Flow 1.2. It's the reason. I mean, BT said himself he's already in the third level. He's only earning 0.3% a day. So I mean, yeah, still, it's like this. It's like CZ. If he lost 90% of the value, he will still be a millionaire. But at the end of the day, 0.3% is 1/3 of what you're compounding. And BT, he said he might not be the biggest whale. So the next one after BT, maybe you will also get hit, and furthermore will get hit. And I think that's the way of the game. You cannot compound your way to success. Other people have to compound it too. So imagine the bigger whales. Maybe it comes a time, let's say a game theory, in 2 years everyone is at only earning 0.5% or 0.3% because we compounded like hell. I mean, I mean, I think it's a great step up from what we have now.
I mean, basically, that's what happened, Man of War. So, our team started with I think we started on day one with 600,000. Mike, but Felly, okay.
Yeah.
But
Turned him off for a sec.
oh, Felly, man, I love Felly. That's my boy. But we started with, dude, I think we started with like 600,000 Banker X, man. And if you look right there on the screen, we're at 2.8 million now. And yeah, our team took out 2 million. Okay, we were a bunch of minnows. We were starving. You know what I'm saying? We needed some water, and we had to take out a little bit. But now that we got fed and we're full, I think we're gonna get our team to start rolling and go positive by a lot more. And I think if our team, which has 2.8 million now, if we start going positive, if we stop taking out and start rolling more, like this is gonna boom.
Yeah, I think right now it's an art. Uncertainty brings difficulties, and yeah, I understand the claims, I understand the sales, but like it's normal that people that didn't fall into uncertainty got their positions bigger and bigger, and if we see Flow 1.2 will bring longevity, and the ones who rolled these 2 weeks will benefit from 2 weeks head start, let's say. I mean, everyone plays like they want it. I'm not mad, but kudos to the ones who are able to roll 100% of something. I mean, in the uncertain times, I did the math. If I lost 1% in value the day before, I would claim, because it would be worth in the future to buy the same amounts. I did some math again. Maybe it didn't pay off, but at the end of the day, I'm still trying to play to get ahead. So time will tell. I did do some math on my chain today, and most of the people got either by giveaways, or everyone got their deposits way up, way up, way up, and
Yeah, I
that's
mean, crypto, man of war. You can send me your address, bro. I can calculate it. I can calculate your change for you, your top boys, and send you everything.
I don't need it. I know very much how much I have it. I have under me. I have two big YouTubers, and maybe they don't want to know the kind of stuff. So, but yeah, I have the new public fleet address is much smaller, let's say, because we want to keep that one more fed up. I'm almost at 80k deposits on that one. It's still well fed, and it will provide. It will provide.
Yeah.
More than me,
I mean,
anyway.
the thing is, I mean, as you said it earlier, I mean, not sometimes, a lot of times, when we talked it from the beginning, not everyone can roll for every day, but you can just claim only when you need it. When you need to eat, you need to pay bill, you need something, then just okay, that's fine. I mean, if you everyone has goals, right? Is it short-term goals, medium-term goals, long-term goals? And those are goals you should define when you first get into, bankroll, when you want to invest into anything, not just bankroll. If you want to invest in something, what's your short-term goals? What's your medium-term goals? What's your long-term goals? Because then based on those goals, then you can kind of define, okay, well, this is kind of what I do. If you're like, look, you know what? I just want to join bankroll. I don't want to deal with anybody. I don't want to deal with the community. I just want to put my money somewhere, make the 1%, and leave it there. Hey, then
Yeah.
that's your goal. Then that we have a space for you. Your goal could be is like, you know what? I actually do want to be part of the community. But I just want to put my money somewhere where hopefully I get some support from team members and they help me, get people, I get levels and other stuff. And, I'm willing to invest money in that. And okay, then we got a spot for you too. Or you might be like, you know what? I actually want to join the community, but I want to be someone who helps build the chains, recruit the people, actually be part of team building, the mechanics, be the face of the kind of like the face of the company. Well, guess what? We have a space for you also.
Yeah, we have I am thinking about the plan of doing banker that bounties or something, where you can offer bounties for certain media or certain gifts or certain I don't know, crazy stuff, where you get paid in banker for doing. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people in the community that would love to get more banker X, and are willing to do anything. We could
I
even
accept bank.
we can
I'm a
even make it
psychiatrist.
public. Like,
I accept.
sure, say. Okay,
Thomas,
so
I accept banker in my corner.
Felix has to go to the street and say, "Bankroll, cash flow for all," and you will get 20 Banker X bounty. I mean,
Valley wants to be one of
you
those.
make it crazy. You can
Like a street
go
preacher.
wild.
He's like, instead of like the end of the world, he's gonna say, "Bankroll Flow, join us."
And if you record it and upload it to Banker's bounties, you will get the Banker X. I remember our administrator Ed. He worked at the radio, and he once shut us out in the radio. Welcome to Bankroll. Shout out to the guys at Bankroll City, and that's a cool bounty. If you shout us out on some occasion, if you're caught in national media wearing Bankroll swag, 100 Baker X. And that's people. If you do a banner for Rollers team or something, 5 Banker people could upload their bounties for people to do. And I think there are people like me. Sometimes I don't, I want something new, a new style or something, but I don't want to ask people to do it. I would rather post a bounty and people will see, okay, I'll do that, and I upload it and I get Banker X, and it's it's a use case as well to be great.
For
I mean,
sure.
I don't know if it's true or not, but at one point someone said, "Oh, Team Vietnam already accepts cryptocurrency in their cafes and everything," and I was like, "Fuck!"
What?
I'm
It's like, you
definitely
know what?
moving.
It's like, you know what, Team Vietnam? Guess what? In my psychiatry clinic, I'm going to take banker as cash payment. You got banker? Come to me. I'll accept it as cash. I'll take it.
I think one thing that I definitely want to talk about is the fact that what you guys are talking about. Like, there's two ways to play bankroll, in my opinion, and that's like everyone's worried about the hyper compounding long-term guy who puts in 1,000,000 Banker X and hyper compounds to 1 billion kajillion and drains the system. But I think the one thing that's cool about this is that it's a social experiment. Like, everyone's worried about the guy that's going to compound forever. Yeah, he's going to take everything, but like, is that really happening? Are people really compounding forever? Is anybody going to compound forever, or is everybody going to just start taking? And like, that's the thing. As long as there's always a diverse set of people, some people are rolling, some people are taking, some people have the long-term goal, some people have the short-term goal. It keeps everything in balance and check. It's like Thanos, perfectly balanced. It's all good. Like,
Yeah,
Well,
it's
and
good.
now what? What's going to happen? Why can't people now be negative 200 or negative 5,000 or negative 50,000 and take the divs and the boosts as they were before? Because now there's a tax. So
Yeah.
you're going to still be able to earn, but you're also going to be paying into the system for the privilege of earning that extra.
I think that's the crazy part, because that's what I don't know exactly how it's going to work. But depending on how much that tax is, that
10%.
basically, let's say if someone's on my chain and we have multiple people on our chain who are draining us, they're basically at max payout and they just basically throttle max payout. You know what I mean? So they've basically taken all their money and then some, and now they're just using us to drain us. And obviously, we're going to go around those people, on V1.2. But
Yeah, you kind of okay. Shoo,
no,
go
they
try something
on the
else.
chain. They can keep their wallet, but they're not going to have no downline. They're not going to take anything from anybody else.
Yes.
And that's the key. The one thing, even if I didn't change the team, BT made it so that they're fucked. They fuck themselves. Not only do they fuck themselves, but they pay the rest of the community with a fee. Now you're so yeah, you're going to get more than you put in, and that's still good. It's okay. It might even be okay to pay the fee. Maybe some people really need the money, and they don't care if they have to pay the fee. If they need the money. Who cares if you're negative?
Yeah, because I think the fee's 10%, isn't it? It goes straight to Reactor.
It goes back to us. So
Yeah.
ultimately, it goes to the chain. It goes to everybody on the chain, everybody on the network. I mean, like, dude, this is basically going to make X fly. At least stay stable. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, look.
Stable
I mean, we played the game. We played the game with the rules that were set for us, right? Now the rules have changed. So adapt. Change your tactics. Because if we follow the same rules, if we do the same rules, all of a sudden a lot of our teams are going to be wrecked. We're going to have a lot of bad actors on the top, and then we're going to be kind of, what do we do? And then the actual people that did
that did that they were supposed to do, that did what they said they were going to do, that, they rolled. You don't even have to be a big fish. You could be a small minnow and say, hey, look, this is what I've been doing. And it's going to be obvious from the time that you check, because you're going to have to check every wallet again. You're going to have to check every wallet again. And then as you're doing, are you really going to say, and it's up to you, it's up to every team. Are you going to say, hey, look, I've got this guy, he's putting it, but I've got this person, yep, he's got positive 10,000 TVL. And right behind him, I might put someone who's net positive 10, followed by someone else who's net positive 1,000. That net positive 10 only put himself positive just so he wouldn't lose his spot. Right?
That's what they're doing though, Felly. That's why people have been buying bank racks like crazy on our team, because we were like, listen, you need to go positive or you're gonna get kicked. And they're like, fuck, let's buy a bunch of bank racks. I was like, yeah, go buy that bank racks. Yeah.
And this COVID era, being positive is a good thing. But positive TV, positive net value, right? Net positive value.
You gotta stay positive. It helps. It's like it's both. You gotta stay positive literally in life, and you gotta stay positive in bankroll now. It helps itself. It's perfect.
And right in 1.2, roles will count for being positive, so there's going to be more incentive. Well, I know a lot of people that only rolled and they claimed one time and they're negative, so that's like that's a bummer, because you keep rolling and it stays like in the same you imagine if you deposit 100, you roll, it keeps if you subtract, it still says 100. So if you withdraw 150, it doesn't matter that you have rolled 2,000, 3,000.
Right.
You're now negative 50.
Which makes sense, right? Because basically, remember we said
you didn't put money out.
Yeah, well, the last time we said a roll is just a claim and a deposit. So if you're depositing 1,000, if you're doing a roll, you're just claiming 100 and depositing 100, so it's even. You're not changing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you think about it, okay, so if you claimed, you claim and you redeposit. Yeah.
So deposits, you never, like, if you claim 100 on your deposits and you roll, right, which is a claim, so you claim 100 and then deposit 100, no net negative. No net positive? What would be nice is if your bonuses went to positives. So let's say if you rolled your bonuses, your rewards.
Yeah.
Now that counts as a fresh deposit, because that's not from your money.
Yeah, you're choosing to do the deposit
during the system, you guys. That's gonna make guys like me rich as fuck. So we gotta be careful.
On paper, you still have the same money, but you're gonna grow positive and positive.
So. No, I'm saying if I have a net positive, I'm gonna keep being able to. I'll be able to get rewards, and as long as I can get rewards, that's where I'm making my most money.
Until you get that 500K cap, and then you're like, I have to make a decision. You have to make a decision sooner, or you go to that territory of half APY.
I think that's a good idea, because basically, listen, it makes you you have to split your money over multiple wallets. So let's say you're a $5 million whale. Like, yeah, you could build your own team and manage 100 different wallets. But the thing is, we have 100 people minnows, and they're all doing it on their own. I don't have to do a damn thing. 100 people doing their own thing versus one guy having to manage 100 wallets. Good luck. You're not going to be able to beat us. You can't beat 1,000 people working together. You're just one guy. I don't care how much money you have. We have more money than BT in the system. Come on, fuck with us.
Don't tempt him. Don't tempt him. Shut up. You're banned. I'm gonna mute you now.
You better buy up all the Bank Rex and Banker BT. Come on, let's go.
He could do it. He would bump us so much. He's the guy that believes the most in Banker. It's him. He did yesterday or the day before. He did like 1 million TRX buy. So
yeah, man, it's amazing. Yeah. Dude, that's the best part about Bankroll is BT, the creator, is so invested, man. It's so awesome.
Yeah. I mean, and that's why, I mean, I don't know if you guys talked about it earlier. I missed a second there, but it really, when we started the community, it was before Flow, right? We started the Discord and stuff like that. We started before Flow, where it was like, okay, well, we're gonna put the farms buddy, and we're gonna do it, and we're gonna put it in a rewards chest, and in the rewards chest, we pay out rewards to everyone. And then after Flow started, it's like, okay, well, we're still gonna have the rewards chest because it's gonna collect the divs from the entire downline, and we're gonna pay it off, and we're gonna pay the people who've gone this, and we're gonna do rewards, and we're gonna send out, and we're gonna go a couple things. And I was like, man, the rewards wallet is a brilliant idea. It's like, why don't we just do a multiple teams rewards wallet? A multiple teams rewards wallet, because it doesn't change the structure of your team, it doesn't change the structure of your upline, it doesn't change the structure of your downline, it doesn't change the structure of your leadership or team leaders. It actually, if anything, it just can collect the dividends and to stream it, to pay it down to people who have contributed positively to your community. And it just ends up being is like, we could actually combine in terms of that way the teams in terms of that, where we just combine and we can make a giant, like a team's rewards chest or rewards wallet, which we can then use it to rewards our community members. So
Exactly.
yeah, I mean, and this is,
I don't know.
these are mad ideas, so don't get me wrong. they're not in a crystal ball yet.
He knows. He knows. He knows. Banker chest. Feed
Yeah,
the chest for the
yeah.
weekly airdrop. You feed the chest, but BT doesn't like raffles or something or lotteries. But it would be cool. We can do it on banker bounties. Banker bounties. You drop 10 banker X, and then at the end of the week, it spins, and one guy gets all the rewards. Fuck it. It's a use case. Let's lock
And
and
that's
10%.
what we're doing. I think that's what we were doing that day one, where everybody on farms, if you put your put your rewards to the farm chest, at the end of the week, we would give it away to a random person that was on the chain. And so that's how we started farms. Was like we had 20 people and everybody put their wallet to farms, and I verified. I was like, okay, if you're not, if I check your shit and if you took your shit away, you're out. And I had to verify everybody. But bro, people were doing that, and we would give it away, and that's how we started. BT was pissed though. He was not happy.
Why?
I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. It was way back, bro. It was a long time ago.
Who knows? That would be nice. That's nice. I think as more and more people reward their teams, I think also people have to realize that you are your own team and you have to reward the people you call. So if you're not calling people into Bankroll, you're not doing it right. If a team called you, you have to call someone. I mean, it's the way the cookie crumbles, and you have to reward them. And it goes around there. People reward more, people reward less, doesn't matter, but you have to give something. And if there are huge teams that work together, but even in a team you still have to reach out and spam Twitter and reach people outside the system, because that's how we can grow. You might even grow more if you imagine if you called Lee from Vietnam. If you were the guy that called Lee, you literally ROI'd tenfold just by calling him. Just by Lee, do you want to know more about Bankroll? Now imagine if everyone had that Lee moment, if everyone called their own Lee, then that's the biggest investment you can make is in people, in the adoption. Not compounding is great, but if you compound real adoption, that's where we can see. So at every moment, what am I doing today to get more people into Bankroll? How am I spreading awareness? How can I benefit? At the end of the day, if that person joins under you, you win. It's in the code. You win the rewards. So, and that's one easy way to see that you won. And then we all win because he might be the next Vietnam guy. Imagine if more people I think we should do a background of that table where all of them had the Bankroll Flow phones, and then I mean that's beautiful. That's
Yeah, I love that.
yeah, I think that's one of the most beautiful photos I have seen in Bankroll.
They keep doing it. It's like a weekly thing, isn't it? They just release a few more photos every week.
I think it's every night. They do something every night.
Oh, really?
They must have like scheduled meetings. Like, okay, on the tomorrow we're gonna talk with Claudia, and the next day we're gonna talk with the Rocha family. It doesn't matter. I think there must be scheduled, and I think it's good because it brings a more professional look, and it is more in depth. People can ask questions and see their doubts. And well, God knows how much they can grow there. They're already buying their polo shirts. I need to get in touch with him. I want one of those. That's literally limited edition.
Oh, really?
Limited edition. Yes, because you must be in Vietnam to get them. So I will try to set them up with 100 Banker X to get one of those.
Ooh,
Hopefully
I
they
would
don't think I'm getting some Vietnamese drugs or something. But we never know, because in Europe they scan everything. If you imagine if you get a package from Colombia, I mean, they're gonna be suspicious.
What do you reckon will happen with the price of Banker?
I think
See,
I think it's the floor. I think the floor has been reached, and it can only, well, it can go both ways. But uh, BT said dump Banker. People dump. It was at 4 or 5. Then he announced the use case. It went up to 11 or 11 or 10. Doesn't matter. And now it has died down a bit, and
yeah,
it's at
I
the
think
at 8.
until the contract's released, I think it's kind of going to hover around this number until
Yes,
people realize how much they need it, and then it's just going to start going up.
yeah,
But the price of
basically.
Banker X, I think that I don't really know how it's going to go down on the day. Like, I've heard different things, like your funds might be released or just stuff like this that I've heard. And I was thinking, if that happens, surely that means all the tokens get minted and then you can change it around.
Oh no, I don't think so.
No?
No. The tokens won't get released. It would be like the same way the other flow went. It was a refund. Okay, so BT refunded everyone, and I thought went. Actually, if you go to the Banker X contract, you see that one of the top holders is the old flow contract. That money, that 5 million that's in there, it's locked forever. So that, I mean, you cannot take it away. So take 5 million out, and this time he's just gonna use the same numbers. You're not even going to mint, because if you deposited, they're already gone. So there's no way to mint them again, so they get burned again. That would be like double dipping. So it's just switch the number, because you're not really using a token. You already burned them. One thing that we must be aware and concerned is maybe the claims, and you have to claim before you migrate or something, because I don't think they're gonna switch over. But maybe they do. Maybe they do. The rewards also. Nah, man, they're not gonna go, because you're not gonna get linked with the downline, and maybe the bonus all get wiped out once the switch is made. But I think the banker's floor has been reached around this 7, maybe 6.9, 7. It's the floor, because people that bought are not going to sell right now, and if they sell, it's not going to go lower, because if goes lower, people are going to buy it. So that's kind of the floor of it. And yeah, so I don't think it's going to go any lower. um so I can only see it go up. Small amounts, incremental, small steps, or maybe it goes kaboom. But it's eventually it will go up for sure.
What about pools? You had Banker/Banker X and you get cake helmet, something like that.
So no,
Oh.
what we think, what BT wants, and I think it's good just to keep all the banker in Bankroll and all the Banker X in Bankroll. So if people want to exchange for TRX, they can do it. And if you take a lot of banker out of the system, and then people are investing TRX in other platforms, I mean that defeats the purpose of having liquidity in our ecosystem. That doesn't mean that you cannot find a use case for your Banker X, like something like a Banker X bounties, or something like a raffle. Or, I mean, it's a token at the end of the day, just like the BitConnect token. It still has a price. Crazy,
Crazy.
because it still exists. People can still trade it. I can still go to my phone and send you BitConnect tokens. Who's gonna check? Who's gonna ask you, hey, where do you get that BitConnect token? And
Probably an
actually,
antique now.
people use BitConnect token as a collectible. So they can say, oh yes, I have one token from BitConnect, that biggest scam in crypto history. So it's a collectible. Actually, I will buy some. I will buy at least one to keep in my wallet, so I can tell my it might go up. People are going crazy with collectibles, and the BitConnect tokens certainly are limited. We never know. Crypto is crazy. It might pump 20x just
Yeah.
during this video.
This is a good question. If my banker is in stack, does this count on flow on my downlines? I'd imagine not.
I think not, because
No.
yeah,
Feli's
I
just
think
like, nah.
you have a Banker X swap. You have a different token, a swap token. So no, that will not count. Circulating supply. What happened to those? That's an interesting question. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a fee. I don't know. I have no idea, but I don't think that's really relevant to the situation. But that's it. It's interesting that you point that out.
Is there anything else we need to go through on this sheet that was released?
I don't know. Maybe one thing that's important to understand is nothing is finalized, so we might wake up to some news of something really, really strange. I think he does have the final decision. Every time.
Things definitely can be changed, and for people that are watching, this is all just speculation of what we still think is going to happen as well. But from what we've seen, it's really positive stuff that they've come out with on this draft, and I know all of us seem to like all the changes that's happened so far. Fairly
positive. Can you guys hear me okay, or does my mic sound all weird?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you fine.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's repeat that question again, because it kind of sounded a little muffled.
Yeah, I was just saying about
the release of the contract. I remember now. Yeah. I mean, look, honestly, I think right now we have a system in place, and it's been speculated. It could be in a week, and it could be in 2 weeks. I think the most important thing is to make sure that it's tested, find out any holes, exploits, stuff like that. Make sure that it's all working good. I mean, if you really think about it, we've just done 2 months of test net on a flow contract to be upgraded to a different contract. So we've basically done 2 months of test net just to get to this one, find out not only the kinks, because in theory, a lot of stuff sounds good, but sometimes when you play them in practice, all of a sudden you find out things you didn't know. So I think he's going to do whatever job he needs to, kind of like test it, stress, that does what it's supposed to do, and not all of a sudden you find that it kinks somewhere or something happen or whatever. And as a good developer, if it takes them 9 days instead of a week, if it takes them 18 days instead of 2 weeks, because it's still in the test phase, I'm actually okay with that.
Yeah. So is there anything else in this graph we need to go through? Sort of like what we need to address? The reacts are staying the same.
I was muted. I was saying that he has been a little bit quiet, so he might be working tirelessly, and he might release like tomorrow, next day. We don't know. He might get guys, check this link. But I think what Ferry says is important. 9 days, whatever it takes. Let's make it work from the get go. It might take 7 days, but he also hinted at the weekend release, so we might be looking at the weekend. Let's keep an eye on the weekend. If not the weekend, maybe a day of the week. I mean, nothing is all speculation at this point. Best of all, must be with attention to the Telegram. and what is being said. Oh, on Telegram and Twitter. Telegram is where he blows off steam. Twitter is all official announcements and Patreon. I know I have my 1 year Patreon set up, so I might even do a custom alarm on my phone if a Patreon is posted. It just starts screaming. My phone starts screaming and lets me know right away. I have to set something up like that because I fear one Patreon release I might just be doing something else and I will miss it. But everyone needs to have this little to get ahead of the game. Yeah, it certainly has paid off for a few of us.
Yeah, I mean that release of Patreon, those 20 minutes was enough to pay off. The earnings were enough to pay off Patreon for at least 10 years. 10 years.
Exactly.
So,
And maybe some I know, as a matter of fact, being on the lookout, I once the Flow contract got re-released, the first Flow contract got re-released, I had an alarm on my clock every 2 hours. Every 2 hours, I had an alarm on my clock because I was sleeping. And when that alarm came out, it was 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning, and he said 2 minutes before the alarm, BT said, I'm gonna release, and I got online, I set up my upline, and literally being on the lookout made my flow because all people were dependent on me to get on the upline. So I had to be aware, and the more, well, you don't need to be aware 24/7. You can gauge the room and see that flow is not gonna get released to do it today. Okay, so but once more time passes, it's important that everyone stays alert for the news.
Yeah, I still think we have a few days until. Well, I think we've still got a while, haven't we, until this new contract comes out.
Yes, I think, well, a while, last month we were at 11 TRX. Today we are at 10, but it was only a month, but it felt like I would say like 3 4 months. Just the rush, just the emotions, the downs, the ups, the news, the down, the switches, the roundabouts, everything. It was insane. So if it takes,
FOMO! FOMO!
correct, FOMO. So if
Oh,
if it
FOMO!
takes if it takes a week, or if it takes 7 days, in my head it's gonna be that seven. Those 7 days are gonna be like a month. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, it's,
bankroll cycles so fast.
yeah. I mean, and he understands. I mean, that we've built big giant teams, and we got to organize our peeps to be available for that time. So and so it's not a bad thing I think it's a brilliant idea to kind of give them the heads up. Hey, look, contract's completed. We have all set. We're going to start in 36 hours. We're going to start in 48 hours. We're going to so we're going to do a kind of a where we can start the great migration. And
Yeah,
so
I
that
think
way,
it's important. It's a different release for sure.
yeah, it's a different release. Because really, the thing is like you have to set up, basically you have to do it one by one and set up the outline and set up everything, make sure it's all mapped out, make sure whatever adjustments you've made, are able to do, and kind of make sure that everyone is in the loop, just prepared for that. And if there's one thing about this community is we're all over the world, like literally all over the world, different time zones. So it's not going to fit for everybody, but it's kind of you can kind of do it. Hopefully, we can kind of organize it in a way where you're not in line waiting 10 hours to sign up or something like that. So, but I think we can do it. We can kind of do it in a way of maybe a little bit more structured. It gives you time to get organized, get your wallets ready, get your banker ready, get your X ready. Just get it all ready.
Let's have a relaunch party.
Yep.
It's gonna be crazy. I think one thing we for sure take for granted is the amount of transactions that and the not the fastness, but it's so fast to do transactions in Bankroll. And now imagine 30,000, 20,000 people doing the same thing. I mean, it gets so overwhelmed with the transactions and data and doesn't even choke. I mean, I literally do transactions so fast. If you have a fast internet, you can do things so fast in Bankroll. And
Man, that's because of Tron, man.
Yeah, we take that for granted. I mean, you don't even have to blink. In it, yeah, you forget it. I just sometimes to confirm something on Uniswap, I reload another page to do something, to look at Twitter. In Bankroll, I always look banker update. TRX, sell, swap, exchange wallet, fast. I do so much things in Bankroll, and I think it's great if you have a launch party. Everyone will the website doesn't choke. Everyone does what it does. The network doesn't choke.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. I think it's a wonder of the world. I think it's something that is not exclusive to Tron, but Tron does very good. And I know there are other chains that do the same thing, but
So one question I want to ask you guys: have you guys been getting hit up by a bunch of like scammers and random like addresses on Telegram, being like, hey, blah blah blah?
yeah,
Yeah, it's all bullshit. The world, the asteroids coming to destroy everything, and I'm like, I got sent a message from a guy, and the message says it was an encrypted Telegram message, and it was like, this message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. I was like, holy shit, I'm on Mission Impossible.
Oh, shit. I have to climb.
I got into the upper level of Mission Impossible. I'm part of Mission Impossible crew, boys. And it was like, listen, in 5 seconds, this message will self-destruct, but Bankroll is going to implode and steal everything. I was like, okay, thanks, bro.
The fathers came out of the woodwork, but they're still buying.
So as soon as you got that message, Cos, did you tell your wife, is like, honey, on the third drawer is my seed phrase. Please don't forget it.
I tell you what, I've showed my wife my seed phrases, but I really need to go through it with her again because there's quite a few more now. And so I really need to show her exactly how this shit works. Because if I died, I don't know if she'd be able to
for you if you want.
She'd be able to figure it out, bro.
We'll hold your seed phrase.
Yeah, I'll hold your phrase, bro.
But we should probably tell people, don't ever get your seed phrase, please, to anybody. Doesn't matter who, in Bankroll, what community, here, please do not share your seed phrase ever with us or anybody in the Telegram or anybody in the Discord, ever.
Yep.
I like this comment.
That's something I've been thinking about a lot. I have the seed phrases. There's nowhere that they are 100% secure. I think there's nowhere, and I think that's driving me crazy.
So what I've been telling everybody is I'm about to be like John Wick, and I'm basically gonna put all my seed phrases on a bunch of USBs and bury them underneath the basement and put some cement over them, and then basically one day they're gonna kill my dog. And I'm gonna be like, fuck it.
Oh, actually, that might be something. I cannot. I live in a building. I cannot do that. If I dig down, I would just bury the USB pen in my neighbor's bed. So maybe not the greatest decision.
They're gonna find like USB drives. And they're gonna be like, wow, there's a USB drive under this mattress. Like, okay, is it a
floppy disk? You can.
What blockchain does the private key go through? They're like, wow, we just found $2 billion under a guy's mattress.
Or around 10 Banker X. This wallet has 10 Banker X. The man is a millionaire.
Well, it's like, why don't you just tattoo your seed phrase into yourself or something, right? I'm not recommending that this is not right.
Because someone will take a picture and steal it. You cannot do it.
Right. Well, this is what you do, right? I mean, if you're a well-endowed man, this is the best one, right? And in certain circumstances, your seed phrase can be Wendy. Just Wendy. It is like, wow, this is a seed phrase of one word. But then it's like, yes, but when I'm excited, my seed phrase is actually, welcome to Jamaica. Have a nice day.
What the fuck? How do you come up with this shit, Belly? How do you come up with this shit? What kind of life did you live?
If you really want my seed phrase that bad, you know how to get it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Is this gonna go into YouTube Red or something? Because I just made that one joke. So if
Also,
you hear guys
security,
saying my feed say
security is very important.
Wendy, don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It could be a negative 3,000 Banker X seed price.
We got another question here. Did BT say he was going to start developing on PokerStarter or Polkadot, or just start buying their tokens?
Let's go to Polkadot too. Yeah, let's do that.
He said both. I think he said both. He's buying because it is opportunity to invest, to be a startup investor. You need to have 3,000 Polka started to invest privately, and I think if you think if you see right around this space, most money is made on those initial sales. It's not people who get tokens after these sales are already getting at a very high price. So having the ability to be on the front line to buy these tokens on Polkadot. I mean, I think it's the future, but or I think there are a lot of more investor how can I say this? VCs or venture capital can buy into private sales. They will do it. Then they don't care. If they have private sale, they will do it. If they go to public sales, I don't think they'll do it. So if a VC firm wants to invest in a project, they'll go to PolkaStart and buy 50%. I don't know how much they want, but he is securing himself the ability to buy privately, and then he's thinking if Bankroll does switch to another chain, Polkadot is kind of works both ways. You're not really in a new chain. You can use old chain data, so you can use the Tron data in Polkadot. And I think it's good. And then we might have a new token on Polkadot. Maybe it's a one-to-one peg or something, but that's way down the line. We now have to focus on what's in front of us. But that's exciting for sure. I think I even dreamed about it today. That about a new token. I said a token.
That's crazy.
Third token.
Bankroll dreams too. That's so nuts.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Bankroll and shit. Oh my god.
Yeah. I did dream we had that BT told there's gonna be another token. And I was like, oh my god.
Listen, I was like, fuck you backstabber, you took all my teams. And I was like, sorry, I'm so sorry, we took all your shit.
BT, we have to do flow again. I think there's a bug. I don't have any I have 3 direct referrals. No, BT, I'm great. I have all of them. I have the rest. What do you mean you have to?
Dude, I swear I had a dream, man, where I was like, BT was like killing me because I took all of his teams. I was like, fuck.
So if we make a if we have a Polkadot bankroll, I'm going to predict that the name will be Roly Pole. It will be the new meme coin, Roly Pole.
That's not bad.
If they call it, if BT calls it Roly Pole, I'm fucking out.
I'm fudding. I'm creating a FUD channel.
I'm done.
Mate, that fucking got me. You were so fuck, I'm done. I'm out. Oh, fucking hell. Fucking crying.
One step away from legitness to be more legit on Polkadot.
Roly Pole. So this stream is going to be called Wendy and Roly Pole.
Can you guys imagine if we went to Polkadot and they were like, what is this bankroll? And they were like, well, the Telegram has 10K members. Okay. On the first sale on Polkadot, it would be flooded with transactions. It was like, what the fuck is this?
Dude.
People from the outside would be, I gotta buy this. These guys know how to pump. And they see all the IPs coming from Vietnam, and they know the Vietnam is pumping this. It's the community. The community makes these kinds of projects, and if we go to somewhere they don't know us, like Polkadot, that's more has more legitimacy. I mean, we can see really new faces and big wallets too. There's only so much we can gather in on Tron. I think people, the big whales that are on Tron, only like the I have their own scam projects, and I don't think there's a lot of investors that say, "Oh yes, I believe in the future of Tron." Tron, Tron literally fucks himself up. So I mean, they lost on this macro bull run. They lost almost their entire value. They didn't correlate with anything. I mean, you just say that 3 cents.
That's insane. I was like, Tron's gonna do what? Did they really hate on Tron? I mean, everyone can say what they want about Tron, but Tron is what's making us all money. Like Tron's the network I wish every network was like right now. If
Yeah,
every network was like Tron, the world would fucking be a better place.
I just think maybe he has too much on his hands, but I don't see promoting it that much. Before he would do more promotion, more news, more engaged. Now I think he's letting all the tokens he has die.
I mean, let's be real. I think
BTT.
Tron's younger than me. Last I heard, last I looked. So I mean, like the kid's he's younger. He's young, bro. He's a billionaire. What the fuck does he care? Let's move on.
Yeah, yeah. I'm all in for Tron, but I think if you want to think about the network aspect, I think there's a lot of competitors that will outrun Tron on that aspect on the fees. I mean, I'm always gonna have Tron. I'm always gonna be grateful for Tron, and I am for Tron, and I'm not the one to saying, "Oh, he's a fucking scammer. He copy pasted the code." I'm not saying that. I'm just saying people are getting one step ahead. He did one thing great that was announced. Just tweet about parachains on Tron, and I was like, "Thank you, Justin. Thank you." Just say, "I'm gonna copy Polkadot, and I will love you forever." Just say, "He's the copy paste god."
I mean, listen. I mean,
copy pasted him.
Justin Sun is the same problem with BT. Like when you're trying to help a bunch of people and they hate on you, you know, that shit's it drains you. That shit drains you. And so when you're fucking trying to make a bunch of people rich and they're just fucking hating on you and there's just a bunch of hate, and not only are people trying to hate on you, then you got your loyal followers believe in the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That drains you, bro. Can you imagine if you were Justin Sun? Justin Sun created basically the best network there is, period. It's already mainnet. It's already working. Everybody else is trying to get their shit out. He already did it years ago and he's still getting hate, bro. Like, bro, everybody's a piece of crap.
That point might be exactly what he's fighting for, and we see that with the tether printing that he does and taking tether into Tron and taking all the WBTC ETH WETH, he calls it WETH, WETH, and I think we can be Tron can be one under chain to all the exchanges because they exchange tether so much and with and WBTC that Tron can do these kinds of things and push the undercarriage on all these exchanges.
That's
But
genius. If Polkadot can do that, if Polkadot can basically use the other networks to make the ultimate, like if Polkadot can do that, like oh my god.
yeah, I think he himself said, Justin said that he sees 2021 as the year of the multi-coin chain, so multiple coins on the same chain.
Aren't
He's
you
doing it.
boys?
He's doing it in a way. He's doing it with WBTC and Tether, but there are the other chains that are talking about atom swaps and really using the assets on both chains, and that's much hardcore stuff. What Polkadot is trying to do, it's much more hardcore.
I mean, I think the number one thing everybody's like, should I buy this? Should I buy that? I don't think there's going to be any one winner. It's going to be like Polkadot's got the key. It's going to be multi-chain. It's going to be a pair chain. It's going to be a multiple winners. Like
And I think there's a use case and several investors for different things. I mean, if you believe in something, if you believe in wrecking the financial system and crypto anarchy, go BTC. If you think the underlying technology will feed the chains, by Polkadot. If you want to own a part of all the biggest exchange in the world, by Uni. If you want to buy Mescaline online, by Monero. I mean, there's a use case for almost everything, and you cannot say that one solution fits all. And I think but but don't go too deep on this. Otherwise, you end up on page 8 of CoinGecko trying to think you found the holy grail of crypto. That's some shit coin that brings you in, and I think it happened to well, most of us. Most of us.
Never bet your mortgage, right? Never bet your mortgage. Bet what you're comfortable with. That's always should be the advice that we start out any show.
Yeah,
Never
do,
bet your
do your
mortgage.
research and
You know?
find your maybe you're a niche kind of guy. Maybe you really think Monero will be the future. Maybe if you have conviction, mine is Bankroll, by the way. I don't think if you guys notice, I'm still deep in it. More than 50, 70, 80% of mine is Bankroll. So how can I say talk about?
BT got us, bro. BT got us,
I
bro.
like
Hook, line, and sinker. We're in. We're fucking in.
Yes, I like use cases. I'm the use case kind of guy. I don't like the
Can't even
fugazi.
make it up.
I mean, somebody was hitting me up the other day. I think one of those guys that dropped that Mission Impossible message, he was like, Bankroll, BT's going to steal everything. It's over. And I was like, listen, brother, I hear what you're saying. If you can find me a better game, I'll play it. I was like, there's no other game in the whole fucking world that's going to pay me better than Bankroll. So if you can find me something that does what Bankroll does, where I can verify the contract, I can read the code, I can literally see everything that's happening and trust it. Like, show me where that's happening, and I'll gladly check it out. But no one can do it.
No, it's impossible. I never seen anything like this.
Come on, do it. Show it. I'll gladly check it out.
And I think it's great because it's a pathway to multiple cryptos. I mean, with Bankroll, you can really learn crypto by playing the game and know about transaction fees and wallet seed phrases, not hiding. Telling the government you lost your Bitcoin. I lost it. How can you tax something that I don't have? I lost it. I don't. You didn't really lost it, but who did it? No, it's all in Monero, by the way. So then how do they know? So I think it's great. There's no better game right now.
And I got a question because someone said, I don't know if they wrote it somewhere or something like that. Like you can stake your Polkadot, right? And then the transaction fees, like if you're rolling and you're rolling or hyper compounding, it doesn't cost any fees. It's already put it into it. It's only when you take out. And I mean, I don't know how true that is. I was like, oh my God, that's brilliant, because then that rewards people for rolling. You actually give them the reward. You don't have to charge them the fee, because then it's like, oh, then I'm just going to keep rolling and keep rolling and keep rolling. I think that if that's really true, if that's true that Polkadot was designed that way within the code, that rolling doesn't charge you any fees, I'd be like, oh, I mean, that's basically,
that's kind of the future. That's kind of the future. No fees is going to be the way to go, because as you move, fees were only a creation of paying the miners to get rewarded. So if you don't have miners, you don't need to. If it's free, if you don't, if it doesn't cost anything to do transactions, why charge for it? They just make it free. And they're saying their incentive, it's not on the fees, but on the value of the token itself, where you can stake and you can do lots of crazy stuff. But the not being able to do the faster transaction, the feeless transaction. I think ETH does something like this, where you pay a fee, but then they verify it and they send you back the fee. That's on another layer. They're all considering the possibility of going feeless, and we once had that. When Tron fees were at 3 cents, it was nothing. You said like, yeah, 3 cents, who cares? Now you do an airdrop of 30 and you're like, there goes like $7 in fees because you did on a 30 airdrop, and that annoys me a bit. But I think for me it's not so bad, but I do believe people with lower bank rolls, it kind of hurts a bit, and that's bad. That's bad.
I mean, think about this though. I mean, it costs that much to roll or do the airdrops. But imagine if you're on ETH, it would cost you like $20,000 to do a fucking airdrop. Get the fuck out of here. ETH is trash compared to Tron. No offense.
Yeah.
No offense.
No.
Well, I started experimenting with something, and I'm gonna give it another try, because God, it was you who told me, it's like, stop freezing your energy, just put it in the stronghold or stockpile, and that'll be enough. It's like, yeah, you know what, you're exactly right.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm still gonna do that. And this is not promotion for anybody, but then so it's like, you know what, just take your divs and rent energy via token goodies. It's like, oh. So that way, I'm still going to be using up the energy, but actually, it's going to be less TRX used to do that. And I was like, I'm going to have to try that out. I'm going to have to kind of try that out and really kind of put it on the spreadsheet and say, hey, is this worth it to do this token buddy? Because I'm still going to be using my TRX from Stronghold, but can I use it to rent some energy for a couple of days? And will this be enough to cover the fees? And even if it's not, will it still assist where I'm paying less overall?
Yeah, I am buying from token goodies also. Just when I need big airdrops, I do buy, because it gets even if you think, if I mean, even if you do the stronghold thing, you still pick those divs and buy them from token goodies, and you get like half percent, 50% off just by buying. So I think for big transactions that's good. I would like to see an easier way to rent it, just like one click rent. I think it's too much of an hassle to do it every time. It just okay, you have 100 TRX, you rent some energy, click, rent it. I don't care, done. Even in Bankroll, that would be great. Then you charge 10% fees on this. But for smaller players, I do feel that because when you have a small bankroll, every percent, every number matters. If you're winning one dollar a day, and then you can't roll because you're gonna pay 30 cents fee, that's a big hit, in my opinion. But one solution to that is get some airdrops, get some people under you, fight those fees, and yeah, it was cheaper. We were living so good with
Well, I
with
mean,
two
we
two
were. I mean, even
TRX.
now, it's still Banker X price is still attractive, so it's not too bad. So I mean, you can get a what is I mean, you could for less than $100 you can have a couple hundred Banker X, and
Not
the
talking
interest.
about the fees, just before you paid 2 cents in fees, it was basically zero. Now 30 cents, you still you feel like, 30 cents. That's a bit, but
Yeah.
what do you do? You
I
have
think you
So
guys,
now,
one thing that's really helpful is if you're a team lead. One thing I was doing was in the beginning for all of our minnows, I was giving out free TRX every day. I was giving everybody
Once,
TRX.
I am able to. I also do give away a lot of TRX for fees. Maybe someone comes to me. Oh, why can't I roll? I did this and this. Do you have TRX? Oh, to what? To physio? Yes. Here, take 150, 200.
But here's
And
the thing, man, of war. Once you give away the TRX, I told them, I was like, listen, now I'm going to give you some TRX. I'll give you Bankroll. I was giving away, but each guy that kept coming back, I told them, I was like, listen, you need to start putting your money in stockpile. You got to start putting your money where you can start earning TRX every day. I can't keep giving it to you every day, brother. You got to learn how to fish. You know what I mean? So like, whenever they came to me multiple times, I'd be like, all right, you've come to me like 5 times now. I've given you. Now I'm going to tell you, you got to do this. And then they're like, okay, listen, you're like, I'll do what you say. I'm like, all right, thank you, brother. Later.
And stronghold, back to the stronghold conversation. I think once we see it offline from Flow, we might want to wait. I think it's 2 hours to see what the APY is, and maybe the APY is great. With token appreciation from Banker X, it's not going to be instant, but you might be getting a great APY if you factor in getting in at lower prices. And if you check back, there's people that never sold stronghold for months, and they're gonna be happy either way, because it's not a matter that you are in profit. It's a matter of keeping divs coming free of charge, free of charge, free of charge. The only thing you can make a mistake on is selling, and I made the mistake of selling once. I think we all fall into that trap. Not again. I think once, maybe it's a good position to be in stronghold. once Flow 1.2 releases. Just wait 2 hours before update the APY. I think it's gonna be around 80% APY. 80% APY is still twice your money at the end of the year. So with token appreciation, considering that you buy in at the floor price, that's 8 TRX, 7 TRX into Stronghold in a year, you double your money, and if the token is gonna appreciate for sure. And if you don't feel comfortable, you can always take it out. So if you just factor in 20%, okay, I'm gonna take a 20% hit, and then write out the APY without any permanent loss, fucking you up.
Yeah, I sold on my Stronghold when it was getting
reverse FOMO. You reverse FOMO.
I did.
Sold my Stronghold.
Yeah.
Right after BT did. Not gonna lie, guys, I mostly follow BT. Whenever BT does something, I follow. But sometimes, like Felly, with Felly's idea, with the stream guys, we were before BT.
Yeah.
we beat BT. We beat a chess move. We got ahead of the chess master, man.
Because Felly is inside his head.
Shut up! We're gonna get banned. We're gonna get banned.
Felly knows his Jedi mind powers. He knows.
That's the key, man. That's what I love about Bankroll. If you get involved in the community,
there's a lot of opportunities
in the community. Like, it's real. It's amazing.
For sure. So only if you don't play.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the yeah, and this is the thing, right? I mean, when we did the buddies Discord, I mean, honestly, look, we're all different. We all have different things, but what we realized very quickly is that when we work together as a team, all of a sudden magic happens. It's like I mix and match. Here's some nitro. Here's an idea. Boom. And it's like, you know what? This feels actually really nice. Because it's and sometimes you're like that. You can have that in a kind of that's how when you know you're in a good team. When all of a sudden you're just feeding off each other. It's not a competition. It's actually really a community. And next thing you know, you come up with this. Someone says, "Oh my God, it's brilliant. Let's go with that." It's this. It's like, "Oh no, you crazy? That's not going to happen." Next thing you know, it does happen. And then next one, some other member of the team is making multiple buddies. Like, that's crazy. And then you find out, well, I'm doing really well. It's like, man, how did we that? And then it just ends up something that you just start feeding each other. But then also it's like you're starting resonating with each other, and you just start synergizing, and then here you are months later. And months later, it's like, you know what? It's like, you guys mentioned stuff about the polka dot. I mean, I was like, look, I'm gonna go that it's gonna be roly poly, and then the Banker X version is gonna be the X roly poly X. And I'm telling you, put that down, write that down. And let me tell you, my seed phrase is Wendy.
Holy, what are they talking about?
Fucking hell. It better not be called that.
So maybe okay, I was gonna say once last stream he said something, it came true. Let's not hope it comes true again.
No, everybody on Discord was like, "Felly, shut up. Don't tell any more ideas."
He's listening. It would be. I think I'm gonna brainstorm some community use cases for Banker X. I think that idea of the Banker X bounties is something to be looked at further. Maybe something else, because at the end of the day, it's still a TRC20 token, so you can still use it for anything. You can go to your bank. I only pay in Bankroll. I have a bank. Oh, you do? Yes, it's called Bankroll. Oh, yeah, it's bigger than yours, by the way. I'm gonna.
One of the things. What are you gonna say? What you gonna say? Go for it.
I have to brainstorm more ideas to bring out to the community, so because people are always in the Telegram waiting for something to happen, and we have to give them content. We have to give them something to dump their money and charge a fee. Because we are still in that fee phase. So once you go to Polkadot, you cannot charge fees, but that 1%, 2% fees might be a good passive income on the side. That at the end of the day, we all passive income.
So So what about that person? Well, whoever, because as soon as you probably heard the people that had, they've been in my 5 chains, like, well, now I've got 500 wallets. What am I gonna do that? Like the scam, and that might not even be scam wallets. They could be, hey, look, I just put money in separate places and whatever. It's like, now what I would do with all these wallets, and can I, what's like, what do we? I guess is not even what are we telling them, because that's not true, because we don't know, right? That the things are still being coded. And it's like, can we combine them together? Someone says, why don't we just stack them on top of each other? Or, at one point I says, look, if you have so many wallets, just put them all together and make the big boss chain, the big boss scam wallet chain. These are, 20,000 Banker X scam wallet chains. Here we go, one on top of the other. So, I mean, instead of having 100 accounts, 100 wallets, maybe you could just need 4 or 5.
Yeah, I see now. Someone was bringing out the possibility of unbundling and joining all the chains into all the wallets into one wallet, and BT did this mental code, and yeah, we might be able to do that. And I think right now there's gonna be less dilution of wallets around there, because people, if you look at the numbers, 35,000 players, most of us have 2 wallets, maybe 3. The numbers are a lot lower. Now, if we focus all those dispersed wallets into useless chains, into one big chain, or 2 wallets, 3 wallets, I think it's gonna benefit. Well, I don't think it can be exploited. I don't think it can be exploited, but
I think maybe, let's say, how many wallets? 35,000.
yeah, but
there's probably 2,000 players.
no,
Maybe.
I think that if you look at the Telegram numbers, maybe 8,000 players, because there's 9,000 of us. 8,000 maybe are playing Flow.
I get hit up by a lot of people in Telegram from the Bankroll Telegram. I get messaged by a lot of bots and scammers from the Bankroll Telegram, and they are not in Bankroll. And they're just basically using the Telegram is weird, because the people are using Telegram at like bots and shit with code, and a lot of people in the Telegram are not in Flow. I'm telling you. What's
There's
crazy,
a lot of room to growth. And
I got one of my buddies into farms, and he's not in Flow. And it's like, bro, what the fuck? How did you not get into Flow? And it's like, some people just don't get it. And I think the longer we're in Flow, the more people will get it. And the longer that we're in Flow, the longer, the more we promote. If BT joins the Polkadot chain, if we have some leg in Polkadot that gives us some legitimacy, like, holy shit, boys! Like, this is about to be a long
if the product is worked and is true and tested, media is going to start doing marketing. Media is going to. I mean, the amount he's holding right now for this if this succeeds, even if he sneezes, the budget is great for something with great reach. Maybe just give $20,000 to Vietnam team, and they will buy a TV ad or something. I think.
Whoa, chill. Someone send me Team Vietnam's address. I'll check them. Let's see if they're real. But I love Team Vietnam. But yo, real quick, I want to answer this question that's on the damn thing. It's just literally, it's highlighted on the screen. A couple weeks ago, Banker X price first had that big drop. There was chatter about going to 10 cents. Any reason that price is being targeted? And like, bro, the one thing you got to know about the Bankroll main Telegram is that BT Bank Teller, the main developer, is in that chat and basically is vibing off everybody. So it's like, bro, you shouldn't take that. Like, that main chat is not. It's not law. It's not Bible. It's not code. It's nothing. It's just chat. So take that shit with a grain of salt and try to play to win. You know what I mean? Like, try to think ahead of what everybody's saying.
Yeah. I think another thing to realize. I think another thing to realize is that for some people, they might realize how much banker they need. So over the next, I wouldn't be surprised if over the next couple of weeks there's going to be a lot of fluctuation in the price. Mostly because of people realizing now, oh my God, I need all this banker, or they start repositioning, or they start moving wallets around where they might be claiming more than they need. They could also be depositing into their wallets to make them going from negative to positive, just because now they realize, oh my God, I'm going to lose all my boost if I'm negative. So I think really it's a fair thing to say that over the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a lot of fluctuation in price, which would be very difficult to predict. I actually would think it's like that. I'm not even going to predict it. All we care about is that there's more people, there's more adoption. I think that's the number that's going to be really indicative of the platform is successful. And so the price, that's why I think over the next couple of weeks, while Flow 1.2 is coming, I mean, it could go down to the 10 cents. It could go up to the 30 cents. I don't know. I'm not going to predict it because I understand that it's going to be very volatile during these times as we're all getting into positions for when the great reset happens.
Yeah, I think that's correct. I'm even seeing some influx of new players getting in at these prices right now. I see a lot of players entering with big positions, 1,000 TRX, 10,000 Banker X, because they see that at 10 cents they will get 1% a day. They will still getting, and as soon as they compound, they get the gains. They get the people that are here. I haven't been here for even 3 months. No one has been here 3 months. So most let's say a lot of people are white, so they see that okay, most people in chat are saying, oh, the price of Banker X is down. Someone just got in is like, oh, this is a great price. If they see that the price is down, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
then I'm gonna get some more. I think a lot of people, there's even one guy this is an example. He just bought a huge position, and then he asked, oh, so is Flow gonna migrate or something? Because I just learned about it. This is great. This is great. It's gonna be a new one. Okay, this is great. He doesn't care about this price go up, price go down. He's in it for the new ride. There's still gonna be a new ride, I think.
Dude, I think that's 100% fact. I think a lot of the times right now, I think Bankroll is bigger. It's getting bigger, but we all are kind of infighting. We're all kind of competing against each other, and it's like it's mostly just us. Like we think the main Telegram is the world, but the world doesn't even know what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah, we're just talking to ourselves. Like, so
we're talking to ourselves. We're all taking members from ourselves. Like there's probably like 1 or 2 new people to Bankroll a day, and it's like they might just get lost in the sauce because we're all talking about way advanced shit. They don't know what's going on. Like I see so many guys that's like, how do I just deposit? And we're like, get the fuck out of here.
We go hostile.
We're trying to build teams, bro. Get the fuck out of here with your dumbass question.
Well, I mean, the funny thing is that
they also
now the game,
involved in.
but now the game has changed again. So right, so because now it's like, hey, you know what? Let's definitely. I mean, now that's why it's like now we should definitely work in community because now since Banker has such a utility, it's like you know what? Let's just streamline. As soon as people come in, this person's awake. You're going to this team. 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 Forget about the competition. Just to streamline it, almost like it was like a Pez dispenser. Dun, 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 dun. And why? Because as they're more streamlined, as adoption continues, as adoption grows, as the things are spread community-wise across the different teams, what is going to happen to Banker? Forget about the 1% a day. I'm talking about 100x on Banker. All of a sudden, my 500,000 TRX Banker becomes 60 million TRX Banker. And I just, whoa! I throw, that's where I go mad a little bit.
There's only if a whale sneezes, he will eat so much liquidity on Banker X, so much supply. The price is gonna shut up. Shut up. maybe Ferry is on his way to the bank right now.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing.
I'm getting a loan. It's gonna. They think I'm going for $6 million small business loan, but it's really gonna be Banker buying a loan.
Let's do it.
You guys are. I'm keeping you guys on the phone, so you're not buying. So the price doesn't move before I buy.
Imagine if we from Vietnam got in touch with someone in the government of Vietnam to buy into these new technologies, and you're like an allocation fund. Government of Vietnam invest in cryptocurrencies, Bankroll.
Hell no.
But
only Polkadot. If it's on Polkadot, maybe, but not.
Okay. But imagine in that picture that there were a lot of guys in the table. There were like 30 guys in the table. One of them must be like, yeah, I know the governor. I just I mean, this Bankroll, wanna see it? Maybe there's a chance. More people there are, more chances there to catch a whale. How to catch a whale?
I think one thing that a lot of people miss is that Bank Teller, he's pretty visible. He's a black guy, so all his code is public and visible, and he's black. And so all it's gonna take is for someone else to just basically hate on his ass, steal his shit.
I thought he was purple.
But what
there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys trying to
say is that BT and Bankroll's biggest asset is not the code, it's the community. So as long as we support BT, he's good. The second, like, this shit can get reproduced, guys. This shit can be recreated.
Yeah, it can be copied, but it can't be improved. The improved part is crucial.
We have to trust in BT. That's the only key that we have. The only thing any of us have is bank teller. It's not even the fucking smart contracts.
Yes.
It's not even all of our. I mean, it is the teams that we built because of Flow. Our team has built a lot of camaraderie, and that shit matters now. And like now, our boys, our team is, no matter what happens in Bankroll, our team is gonna stick together, and like we're following BT. And so if BT says go to the left, all of our money is going to the fucking left.
Yeah.
That's the difference, you guys. Like, and BT, like I said, he's black, and like that matters. It's the same reason that Justin Sun created fucking Tron, and just because he's Chinese, it's not the biggest fucking thing in the world. Tron is easily the best blockchain in the world. It's facts. That's numbers. It's facts. You guys, facts don't matter. The world is not run by numbers. It was.
I was gonna say this.
The world's not run by numbers. It's run by.
We're all purple.
It's run by communities, guys. If you want to run the world, you got to get in a good community. This is the best community to be in. Period.
Yeah. You will be happy for sure. It's great entertainment. The entertainment side of it keeps you up dreaming, and the possibilities are endless. I think most of other crypto groups, you're just out there just waiting like Pablo Escobar meme for something to happen, some news, some tweet. Here you can literally make plans, compound on your head. I mean, and the community will support everything. And Discord, we have everything. And yeah, like you said, BT is the man. For a great company, it needs to have a great man. Imagine what Tesla would be without Elon Musk. Nothing. I mean, they can try to replicate it, but it's impossible. Same thing.
I mean, the crazy thing is, like Tesla, Elon Musk is probably not even involved in Tesla at the end of the day. But the thing is, he built such a strong community. He's got so many strong people under him. Elon Musk can just be the head. And now he's got the real dudes doing, like, dude, you guys, that's us. We're the future of Bankroll. We're the future of Bankroll right here.
And if you ask me in 10 years, is Bankroll going to be here? For sure. For sure. It's never going to die.
It's all us. It's on me and you, crypto. Let's go.
Let's go. I buy my shorts. I do it. If we get the domains, we get everything. Bankroll is it's not about the product. It's about the community that believes in decentralized financing and banking the unbanked. It's I mean it's the future. I mean, I wish I made some video going to the bank and asking for 364% APY, and they would. That's possible. Get out of that scam. Maybe if you give me the money, I will have it. I handle your money. You guys trust me. Even 20% APY, I don't even doesn't even ring me anything. But to the bank, that's gonna be 20% APY. That's risky business. That's risky business. Hey, you're dead. Never mind. Yeah. Just do me a transfer. Oh, that's gonna cost you $20. What?
Yeah.
And 2 days. What? 4 days. It's the weekend. Oh, fuck off. It's
Last week we had that guy who was like trolling in the messages and stuff, and he was like complaining about BT using his own platform and like doing trades and stuff. And it's like, dude, man, like if someone built this shit and he doesn't want to use his own platform, I don't trust him. Let him use his own platform. He's got his money tied up in it as well. I want my money tied in there with him. Like, oh
yeah,
man.
he's able to. He started from nothing, like most of us. He started with $3,000. He started to believe in the project, and he's not the biggest but he's the biggest contributor and one that believes, and he makes it. So you should be able to sell, to buy. He should be able to do whatever he wants.
He's got bills and stuff like everyone else. He should, let him. It's his money. He can do what he wants with it. He's held up the price long enough. It's now the community's turn. I mean?
It's not like the same ones it's a developer that made the community in two weeks and then comes out of nowhere and gets rich get rich quick and gets out. I mean, that's not what's happening here. He will be here in the Telegram. You can ask him questions. He will always be there. You can believe in what he said. But that's I've been saying that for so long. That's the main reason I know my risk factor in Bankroll is so low, because I know he's not gonna exit scam. I sleep well at night. There's no other project I can sleep well at night.
None. There's nothing. Come on, man.
I fear so much getting into new projects, just because I know that there I don't have the same level of trust. Especially entertainment, I get into some telegrams and I just get bored. I just get like, shit's bored. Maybe they don't know about Bankroll or something.
Most
What
likely,
are they doing? They're not all in or all out. Fuck it. I'm all in Bankroll.
I mean, look, there's some, for people that are just getting started, and not only in bankroll but in cryptocurrency. Yes, there's definitely a little challenges every once in a while to get fiat moved into the bankroll system. That's why some of the things is to go through crypto.com or Coinbase, learn a little bit about blockchain. I personally use Clever Wallet. I've used Clever Wallet and Tron Link. I find that to be pretty easy. Clever, I actually find it to be really easy. I just go with Coinbase and Clever directly. So
And it's nice. It looks nice. The Clever Wallet it's modern. It's intuitive. The user is the experience is very okay. I click here. I click there. Okay, it's not blockchain. It's not download the whole blockchain. The Bitcoin send transaction, do a script code. I mean, I get crazy. Just click the button. I wish I was younger so I could trade it with my friends. Yo, give me $5. Oh, I don't have it. Oh, send me in my Clever Wallet. Oh, nice. Oh yeah. It would save me so much time. It would be so cooler back then to use it like this. I think Clever Wallet is very intuitive with this.
It's very intuitive. Sorry, there's a little breaking out. So when I hear a pause, I think that I'm okay. But Clever Wallet is kind of really very intuitive. But it's actually one of the easiest wallets I've used to help like family members and friends join. Where they're like, oh, how do I do this? It's like, look, just open the app. Open the app. Here, I'm going to send you some Bankroll. Here you go. Let me see. Okay, that's your seed phrase. There you go. That's yours. Put it away. Treat it. It's important. Blah blah. And then now you have the app. Now you got your seed phrase. Okay, what do I do now? Here, I'm going to send you some Bankroll. This is how you enable the token. This is TRX. This is the Bankroll website. Here is you got to keep these on the browser. Where you go to the Bankroll, where it has the simplex, where it has the global transact. This is how you can move it depending on how you want to fund it later, whether it be by credit card or debit card or whatever it is. And it was relatively painless to do that. Of course, this is with people, and someone says, well, can I just put money now? And it's like, well, how much money you want to put now? I want to put $100. Well, just give me $100 and I'll send you $100 in cryptocurrency. Of course, but this is for people that I know personally and trust.
Mad exchange. Oh, Felix, I'm gonna send you some PayPal right now. I want some crypto. Okay, mad exchanges.
But by the way, I don't know what it's with Felly being online, but every time he's on this stream, the price of Banker always goes up.
But he knows. I swear to God, he knows, man. They just seeing that. Oh,
just so you know, he's hiding, but BT is behind me on the car seat, so he's buying just to make sure. Because I must have some inside line, right? BT, hide! Don't let everybody know that you're here. Because obviously I must know people that they don't know. Bobo.
So that question from Steven.
Sorry, sorry.
Just an answer. Are you referring to Tron Link or do you really mean Tron Scan? So Tron Scan is the explorer for the Tron network where you can check the transactions and such. It's not a wallet. But if you mean Tron Link, right now I think Tron Link is getting X'd. It's getting the Clever Wallet is gonna substitute Tron Link in mobile at least. But we recommend Tron Link for browser, for Chrome extension, and Clever Wallet for mobile, just because it's easier. Yeah, I see now that you said Tron Link. Yeah, so Tron Link for desktop and Clever Wallet. If you're not using Tron Clever and you're using TronLink, make sure to check the website to switch to Clever Wallet to export your keys to Clever, and you'll have a much better time in Clever. And I think it's even I know it's weird to say, but it's more fun to use Clever than TronLink. It's really fun to use the wallet and to it reloads so fast. When you confirm transactions and you send it, it does a little pop-up animations, and it's really intuitive and modern. I think the user experience utilizes all the resources of the phone and display capacities, and it's very fast. It's very fast.
No, I love it. I love TronLink and Clever. I do want to say, guys, I just want to talk about one thing.
I never used the wallet before mobile.
One thing I just want to remind everybody is like crypto is about to get so big. So big.
Yeah, I never used the wallets, mobile wallets that much. But once I installed Clever Wallet, I really start bankrolling in bed. Yes, before I just turn off the PC. Okay, that's enough bankroll for today. Now I cannot get away. I'm always on
Talk
bankroll.
about one little thing, like so something happened in my life, and it's like I'm realizing that, holy shit. Basically, so my grandma passed away recently, and I've been talking to my grandpa, and she passed away because of COVID. And I've been talking to my grandpa, and he's like, listen, you're in crypto. We basically want to give you the money and put it all into Bitcoin. And I'm just starting to realize, I'm like, holy shit, like I'm obviously, really upset about my grandma passing and stuff, but I'm just thinking a little bit deeper, and it's just like, yo, once these people are about to start, my grandpa just passed. Once this all happens to everybody else, all that money is going into crypto, guys.
Yeah, even the journals say
Crypto.
new millennials, new generation is buying Bitcoin, not buying gold, not buying silver. Fuck that. Fucking. They're just buying Bitcoin. They see it.
It's insane. Like they're like, my grandpa was like, I'm upset and stuff. I'm like, I don't care about money. He's like, put it all in Bitcoin. I'm like, fuck everybody. All right, let's do it. Like, Bitcoin.
And the big firms are doing it too. They're starting to
That's
to
going to
get
happen.
behind.
It's a fucking rocket.
Usually, Michael, Banker and Banker X keep away from pumps during all season, but Tron pumping really multiplies the price. So most the token during out seasons, we haven't experienced it, of course, but as we can see, people usually sell to get some profits out of other coins. So if they see Tron doubling the price, they might sell more Banker X to get some profits out. But you're already up because Tron is up too. So if you look at it if you look at a USD perspective, you might even see that right now the price cap is keeping steady at 40 cents, or it's 30 or 40 cents. I don't remember. But the TRX value is fluctuating. So if you see out season affecting Tron, you might see a pump in USD value, not so much in TRX. It might be stable by that, but it might go. We have no prior data to out seasons because the tokens were not around during the last out season. I remember out season 2017. I was there. I bought Cardano on the second day it came out. I literally went to CoinMarketCap and so, this token just released. Buy 10,000. It was at 3 cents. I was like, buy 10,000. Oh, it's up at 20 cents. Sell it all. And I got fucked because it went to $1. But 2017 was insane. You went to crazy CoinMarketCap and you can only see green 20%, all 20, 30% every day. Every day. It was insane. I can only dream about that day again because I passed 2 years all in red. So just holding something, you're good. If you hold something, just hold something.
So,
Banker X.
now knowing this, are you going to hold Banker?
I'm gonna
Are you
hold.
going to hodl?
If you sell your banker, you're losing rewards. So you're forced to keep that position. So imagine right now if you buy 15,000, that's how we did the math. That's like 3K $3K, $3,000. You're not buying, let's say, you're holding the $3,000 just in another form in Banker X that allows you to earn. Now imagine that Banker X, that Banker and Tron triple or double in price. That same 15,000 is worth 10,000, 12,000. You still need them for the rewards, so you cannot really sell because then you need to buy them again. So that puts everyone in a tough situation. You cannot sell, so yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting mechanic because you don't deposit on anything. You still have it, but you might not want to sell. You cannot even DCA out. You cannot say, "Oh, I'm going to sell at these price points to get some profit." No, you literally cannot take profits from this. You literally have to have the whole position. If you have to take profits, you are going to cut from your earnings, and if you're cutting from your earnings, you have to calculate. Okay, so I lose 10% if I sold for the 15th level. I get 14. Yeah, I think it's 10,000, right? The 14th level is 10,000 and 15,000. And then you do like, okay, 5,000 banker. Is it worth the same 10%? I mean, you cannot really count compounding 10% a day. I mean, it's really hard.
I think one of the big things that people from Bankroll, like a lot of people getting into Bankroll are new to crypto. One of the big things is like, okay, I just made all this money in Bankroll. Where do I take it? Where do I go? Let me go buy the newest shitcoin. And it's like, listen, if you want to take your money out of Bankroll, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. And there's a lot of good ways, and there's tons of bad ways. But
Bad ways.
Hey guys, I'm gonna stay on as long as possible, but I'm heading up a black spot of reception. So just kind of let you know, if it falls out, I might be out.
That's all right.
But I'm gonna stay on as long as possible.
The number one thing, Felly, the number one thing besides Bankroll that I've gotten from BT is Balancer. Like, if you guys want to profit from other coins and shit, that's fine. Like Bitcoin, ETH, like everybody's chasing ETH. Everybody was chasing Bitcoin a couple months ago. It's like, yo, get into Balancer. And then if you get into the Balancer that's provided by Bank Teller, you're keeping your money. It's the same principle. We're all keeping our money pooled together. If we pool our money together, we can make more money. That's how money works. When everybody puts their money together, you make more. That's just how it works, guys. That's why Bankroll even fucking exists. Why does our chain exist? Because people have figured out when you put your money in a big chain, you make more money. Why does Bankroll exist? Because when you put your money together, you make more money. Why does crypto exist? Because when you put your money together, you can make more money. Like, bro, it's all about pooling your money safely. It's all about putting your money together. We've basically all been putting our money into the fiat system, into the government banks and shit. And they fucked us. They took our money.
They don't do airdrops. Well, they did once.
They took our money. They did whatever the fuck. Now it's wasteful. If we all put our money into crypto, a safe network that's transparent, but it's pooled and correctly managed, we can make more money for everybody. Period.
So, are you saying that we should do a Bankroll Balancer?
There already is a thing. Basically, if you are in Bankroll, if you're making money, where should you put your money? Into other cryptos that are pulling money, like Balancer, and then you're getting into everything. If you Balancer and Bankroll, really, you can make as much money as you want in the entire crypto world.
Yeah. But
exciting times. Maybe in a week we already know the full spec. Maybe every week see something new, and there's always something to talk about. We usually do.
This is a long.
Oh yeah.
Exciting one. Let me say.
Covered a lot of subjects.
I think there's yeah. I think yes.
You don't get it. We're about to be so rich in 5 years. 5 years, guys. Just go 5 years ahead.
Yeah, we might do something fun. If you in 5 years, what car, doesn't matter the price, what car would you own? Just
what car?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay, listen, everybody's got to get a Tesla truck. Everybody in Bankroll needs a Tesla bulletproof truck. We all got to roll up in Miami with Tesla trucks. Please.
Yeah, okay.
Just for fun.
I would say, I don't know. I don't know. If I didn't have to think about price, I would definitely go for a Lamborghini because, I mean, you need to have at least one in your life.
Of course. That's
No one can say, no one can hate on a Lamborghini. The only ones who hate is the ones who don't have it or will not have it because they can't afford it. So I need to have one Lamborghini in my life to see if what the hype is about, and maybe it's a purple one. I don't care unless it's an SUV. I don't like the SUVs.
I mean, listen, crypto, we're gonna be so rich. I'm just thinking of like, let's do a little meme first before we get Ferraris, before we get like professional and shit. Let's meme everybody with Tesla trucks first, just because we can. Let's do a quick meme. Like, yo, we all bought Tesla trucks, and then we're getting Ferraris right after.
I think in 5 years we are heading the right direction, and people who don't believe in the whole crypto universe I've been saying all along. I sound crazy, I know, but we'll see who was right. I mean, it makes me sound crazy, but it makes me sound even sound crazier if you don't believe it. I mean, what can I say? If you don't believe there's a seed that will crumble the whole financial system.
It's biblical, but it's like Noah's Ark, man. It's like, listen, Noah was talking about the ark. Like, everybody get on the fucking ark. Because listen,
Yeah.
the whole world's about to flood. Get the shit on this fucking ark I'm building. They're like, nah, nigga. We just want to enjoy our shit. And it's
Yeah.
like,
We like swimming. We like swimming.
Noah got so wasted. Once Noah got on the ark, he was just like, fuck all y'all. I'm wasted. Y'all retards. And bro, you better get on the crypto ark. Bankroll is the crypto ark. It's like, get on the fucking ark, bring 2 people, bring at least 2 with you. Let's go.
Yeah, I think in 5 years we're not looking ahead to a 9 to 5 job for sure, for sure. And I think that's key for most people that are listening to the stream. This is your key to get in now, to avoid in 2 years having a 9 to 5. Okay, you can still you will still be able to do your job for 2 years. It doesn't matter. Bring some 20 bucks, 30 bucks at a time, small amount at a time, because once it flips, the switch flips, the ones who have it, crypto, will be way ahead of the pack, because there's going to be such a crave. People are already saying the US will offer 90% tax reduction if you pay with Bitcoin, because the supply is going to be so short, and they are going to be so back in the back of the field, because they are not mining it. And you see Russia, you see Pakistan, you see China, you see all these countries mining Bitcoin, because they don't have anything to lose. Second, they don't pay energy bills because they are the owners of the fucking country.
And when you look at a cryptocurrency, what's the number one thing you look at to determine the value?
Not much really. I don't look at.
You look at how much that cryptocurrency. If there's 100 billion of that crypto, you're like, oh fuck, that shit.
I like to first. I like the use case it has. If it's a use case, I can see me using. But to see if it's valuable, I just look at what the expert says the value is in it.
But here's the thing, crypto with Bankroll, how much market cap is there? We can with cryptocurrency with Bitcoin.
There's so much shitcoins ahead of us. It's insane.
No, but Man of War, I'm trying to say the point is with Bitcoin, when Bitcoin started, it started the whole generation of we can prove how much market cap there is, how much Bitcoin is printed. Before Bitcoin, no one knows. So the Federal Reserve tells us how much there is. Can you verify it? Does anyone know how much US dollars are actually out there? Who the fuck can verify?
Yeah, they're so deep in inflation, they're just printing trillions of dollars.
Man of War, where's the gold? Who's got it? Who can verify it? Nobody. Guys, nobody. This shit's gonna fly so much because the whole world has been living on credit. No one understands supply and demand. It's just in the books. But crypto created true supply and demand. There's going to be true. They're like, but why does Bitcoin drop 30% a day? True supply and demand. That's why. It's real supply and demand. You dealing with fake shit.
Yeah, I think it's crucial.
You don't know how much dollars you got. They're like, the stock market only dropped 5% a day. That's because it's fake money.
And it's all rigged. It's all rigged, by the way.
It's fake. You can't verify shit. Tell me where you can verify a stock company and the trades of that day. I can verify BT's fucking trades right now.
Yeah, I think the game is so rigged that the only way to unrig the system is to switch to crypto, and
Crypto.
that's gonna require no borders. I mean, if you're talking about Bitcoin and payments, and you cannot talk about USD, euro, you cannot. There's only one Bitcoin, and it has no barriers. I can send you Bitcoin from here, and the bank doesn't have to know. I mean, people think that Bitcoin is very expensive, but in 10 years you can see the satoshi value. That's the minimum denominator on the Bitcoin. It can be $1 because that's the least amount you can send. It's 0.000001 Bitcoin, 1 millionth of a Bitcoin, and that can be worth $1. That's entirely possible.
If you want
But
to
that,
talk about scams, like just talk about fractional banking. You know what I mean? We had it back here in the UK a couple of years ago, and we had to bail the banks out because they would, just borrow. Someone deposits like £1,000, they'll keep 100 in the bank, loan out another 900, and they've still got 1,900 in the bank.
yeah,
It's
and
like,
with that money they usually don't use it for the people that bail them out. They use it to keep them in their system, to keep printing them for the money for themselves and to pay themselves and to get into more tricky situations. So what the US Federal Reserve did is just, okay, we're not going to bail out the banks this time. We're going to send the money to the people because the people spend the money, and the banks don't spend the money. They usually keep it buy gold or buy stocks or something. So there's no benefit to it.
oh, like money's not even backed by gold anymore. It literally is worth the paper it's on. That's kind of it.
Yeah,
It,
it's it,
you know,
it it's like BT now printing 100 billion for himself. I mean, do you really have that money? Well, the Federal Reserve thinks they have that kind of money because they're so rigged at this point that, and you can see this in the inflation numbers going up crazy. The prices are going up like crazy. You will see small things like chips, like snacks. They are already $7, $8. You still, if you're not keeping up with inflation, most of us, by the way, are, because we are growing our positions. We are keeping up with inflations, but most people, they are still getting $7 an hour at their jobs. The wages are not increasing. Their buying power is lowering, and comes the time.
yeah. Well, this
I,
is the thing.
I,
Like,
I think we need to pull the plug. It's gonna happen. But
yeah,
I've been saying that for so long.
the whole world trades in US dollar, and I'm pretty sure this year there was what 13 trillion US dollars.
Printed.
Yeah, which was printed, right? Put back out on there. And you got oil that's traded in US dollars, and I'm pretty sure it's just all the goods and everything around the world is traded. And that's what people don't realize is that's going to have an effect on the whole market. And this is probably why you're seeing this massive bull run at the moment, because you had all that just dumped on the market. It's lost its value. Bitcoin is still holding it. It's not that
That's
Bitcoin is
that's
absolutely
what
rocking
people
it.
are saying. That's the Bitcoin is the real indicator of the price fluctuation in USD. So there was a guy, Max Kaiser. He said this great analogy. He said it's not the US. The Bitcoin is going up. It's the USDK is going down. It's coming down. So Bitcoin is at its
Just
price
like
that it is.
guys, it's just like Bankroll and fucking TRX. It's the same.
Exactly. It's exactly like this. So the more USD there is, you cannot print more Bitcoin. So I mean, you by not printing Bitcoin, USD is gonna gobble up this gobble more Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is gonna get higher because you cannot print USD and basically steal Bitcoin's liquidity. It's gonna shoot up every time you print it.
Yeah. Going back to this, going to this question, like which country do you reckon will ditch it first? I'm pretty sure Venezuela has, hasn't it?
Yeah, Venezuela already does it with their currency, the petrol. They're starting to use it more, but I don't think that's the way to do it. If you think about if you think some currency is gonna take over another, I think that's kind of impossible because the countries need that meaning. Okay, we can totally ditch US fiat, let's say, and use gold because every country has gold. So why Bitcoin? We have gold. So for it to be a global currency, you have to own it. The governments have to own it. They have to pay to receive taxes in it. They have to to circulate. That doesn't mean that the technology, the network of Bitcoin cannot be used to facilitate these transactions. And once you can see countries getting ahead of the hash race, that means they're not buying Bitcoin, they're just buying the miners, and they're mining themselves to keep it. And the US doesn't do this, by the way. They don't even buy it. But there's a like JP Morgan, the bank, they cannot buy Bitcoin, so they buy the company that has the Bitcoin. So the US is falling a bit behind on holding Bitcoin, because if you think which current cryptocurrency would it be, there's no other cryptocurrency that's so much well established as Bitcoin to do these kind of things, because it's a fully decentralized system that can handle transactions from anywhere around the world, borderless. And I'm not even trying to sell you a shitcoin on Uniswap. It's Bitcoin. It already does this. And people, the Bitcoin development team is trying to make it as fast as possible, as cheap as possible, and stack functionality. It hopes in the future to bring all the functionality of, I'm not saying smart contracts, but decentralized applications to Bitcoin. And I think the network itself is very positive, very 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 strong, and the token, well, let me the token itself, it's I think I'm starting to buy more each day, but I'm just afraid that one day it's gonna triple, and I'm way back.
You guys, I have guys that are in crypto that just got in 2020, and they have like $5,000, and they're like, "Oh my god, my TVL dropped $2,000 today. Oh shit!" I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here. Go home."
Mate.
The reason I say that to those guys is because this is my friends. I've been talking to them about crypto since 2017. They didn't give a fuck. And they've been telling me the whole time, like you said, man of war, I'm crazy. I'm pissed off because the whole time they were telling me I'm crazy, I was actually a little bit, I was like, maybe I am crazy. I'm not going to go all in. Like Felly said, I'm not going to bet the ranch. Fuck, I wish I would have put the whole mortgage down 2017. I'm so pissed. I'm pissed. I should have put everything on this shit. This shit is guaranteed in my eyes. Like,
I think
it's healthy. I'm a developer, and the reason I'm coming to crypto, the reason I started developing, guys, the reason I went to software development, because I started from nothing. My family has no money. My family didn't even know about cryptocurrency or software and shit. I saw a fucking movie, and I was like, you know what? What the fuck? I thought to get rich, you had to be a rapper or be a movie star. And I was like, what the fuck? You can just go on a computer? Are you kidding me? That's how you become the richest motherfucker in the world? I just go on the computer? So I went on the computer, bro. And I was like, okay, these guys are retarded. Are you serious right now? Like, is this really the game? And the game, literally, fellas, the game is literally, they call it languages. It's called a language. It's like learning Russian or Chinese or Spanish. And you go learn a computer language, and then you can make money off that language. The language you should learn is the cryptocurrency language. How the fuck do you read cryptocurrency? You should learn that language. If you act like you want to be in cryptocurrency but you can't read code, you're basically a little fish in an ocean full of sharks. The sharks can read code. So the sharks know the code. The sharks know the game. You're a fish. You can't even read. You can't even understand water, and you live in it. Get the fuck out of here.
There's a lot of people that can explain it very well and make people join the system, because there really needs to be people that have the ability to explain so crystal clear that you get hooked on it.
Listen, and I think, Man of War, why is Bankroll so good? Here's why Bankroll is so good.
Because
Bank Teller is a developer. He's a software developer from 20 years ago who's a good guy. That's it. It's good versus evil. Bank tellers are good. He's a good software developer. There's so many bad ones. Go look at any cryptocurrency network you want. You can steal. It's so easy to steal people's money. I could literally steal everybody's. It's so easy.
Yeah, people get really And I understand what you're saying.
Basically, BT is a software developer. In the future, the future is going to be run. Sorry, not the future. the current reality, guys, you're in the Matrix. The current Matrix is ran by software developers from the fucking 90s.
And something, if people think their money is safe, all it takes is let's just print it. And
Listen,
people,
I love BT. I hope he teaches me everything. I would love to learn from him. But if I was born at the same age as BT, I'd be his fucking rival. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you guys, respect the game, respect what it is. If you're going into crypto and you don't know software development and you don't know languages and you're trying to act like you do know, you better shut up because you don't know shit. The world, it's a software world now, boys. Software boys run the world. We run everything. We know everything. We see everything. That's basically the world now. It's crazy.
Yeah. The top 10 most rich people in the world are in software.
It's crazy.
Software runs the world.
So they're like, should I learn Chinese? Should I learn Japanese? You should learn how to fucking code.
Yes, I think it was very useful. It will be teaching in school to preschool. In preschool, they will teach kids how to code from a young age. I think
Listen, the mafia,
one of the best skills we can have.
The mafia, the Italian mafia is going to send people to code. They're going to be, listen, we need to have coders. The Italian mafia is going to have people who've gone to MIT. The highest ranks of the echelon of the world will have coders in their ranks.
You probably imagine, is the mafia in crypto developing scam projects? I think there is. They are, for
They
sure.
start the whole world, guys. Come on. The mafia is what we are. The mafia. The mafia is a pooled group of money.
Yes.
That's all it is. It's when you
Whales and minnows. Whales and minnows.
Listen. Oh, I know you know, man. Or you're over there in Russia. But listen.
I'm not Russian, by the way.
When you pull your money together, guys, that's how you win. When you pull your money together, you fucking win. When you're pooled with someone that's not Madoff, the fucking Ponzi king. When you give your money to a king who knows how to make more money with your money, like BT, if we give our money to BT, he's like, listen, if you give me your money, I'll give you more money back. I'm like, okay.
It might not happen the first time, but stick with it.
Over time,
you'll be rewarded.
I'll stay. Thank you, BT. Yes.
No, there's nothing is. There's always human mistakes, of course, but the intention. I mean, the man is not giving up. Yeah, I think he will give up once he's like. I don't even think money will do it for him. He's fine as it is. You can say, "Oh, you just made $1 million today." Whatever. What's the update I have to do on the contract? I really want this to work. He doesn't care about the money. He doesn't care about the dumps. He doesn't care about the pumps. He just wants to bring bankroll and decentralized finance and banking to a new level, and he really did innovate in a lot of ways with some contracts, Daily Plus, even before there was proper DeFi and farming. He already had some farming in somewhere where you deposit TRX and you were earning some tokens a day. I mean, he always he has open ears, open eyes to everything. So you might see a project somewhere in the ecosystem, in the crypto ecospace, and he might adapt it to Flow, to Bankroll with other constraints, and it's booming, and you get it on day one. And Flow is different from every contract because you can win by not being in the first day. You can win today. It's just a matter of when are you going to get in. Even in 2 years you're gonna get in Flow. Flow is gonna be deader than whatever. Let's suppose it's crypto winter. You're gonna drop $500 and you're gonna get $5 a day. I mean,
the thing with Flow is, like, you know, if you go out on a Saturday night and you spend what, £50 and or £30 in beer, right? Just don't go out on a Saturday night one time. Put that into Bankroll. You join a good team. You know, you join a good team that's doing airdrops. Not only could you like triple that money, you could 5-6 times that if you get a really good team. You know,
yes, and with airdrops and reaching out to your friends, spreading your code. there's no ceiling, there's no limit. I think people get so hung up on the 1% a day, but if you say you can really treat 3-4x your money if you are an social kind of guy, it's all up to you. The code does this, but you can 3 times this amount, 5 times this amount, if uh, if you have the right attitude to it. If you're in Vietnam, oh boy. If you're in Vietnam, you might be a shareholder of Bankroll by this minute. Uh, Crypto is really catching the mainstream attention, but we are in it. People, if I don't talk about Bitcoin, I sound crazy. If I start talking about Bankroll, they might put me in auspice for sure. For sure. I'm just letting it ride my own way, ride my way.
Mm.
Listen, yeah, 100%. Hey, listen, guys, everybody that I've gotten into Bankroll, when I told everybody to get into Bankroll in my personal, like my personal circle, like everybody around here and shit, like they all listened to me because I'm like, I'm a software developer. I'm kind of a badass in my life. And if I say like go to the left, everybody goes to the left. A couple years ago, I was like, listen, everybody, let's go party, and they're like, let's go party. I learned a long time ago that like whatever I say is gonna lead people to that thing. And like I had a real long talk with God, and I'm like, listen, I got to do the right shit. I don't want to be a bad guy. I don't want to lead people to fucking hell. Basically, it's like I'd rather lead people to the promised land. Bankroll is that. Crypto is like you can literally lose your money or you can become a millionaire. If you follow the wrong guy, it's done. You're fucked. This shit's difficult. It's not easy.
Is that like
But if you follow the right guy, you can literally become a millionaire, and your generations after you become fucking rich forever. It's insane, you guys. That's why we're here. This shit's real.
Could you imagine not having the amount of crypto you have and having that money, not having the amount the position in crypto you have? You would be like, I would be so unfulfilled, so empty. So I mean, it's
Man of war, I'm nothing. I have nothing. I'm really not.
yes,
I'm not rich. I'm nothing. And without Bankroll and without the money I have, I'm nothing. I wouldn't even be on the stream. Like,
yeah. I think I would be yes.
I'm nothing.
I think it allows us for great things. We have to be very
People
thankful for.
they're talking about Ty Jones, King Kong. Like, dude, I am nobody.
Me too.
I'm the fucking
Probably.
Bankroll. Like, what the fuck? This shit's insane.
And we're getting a lot of real life skills when it comes to managing your wealth in the future, because uh, you just do the math on all you're basically right now you're training for when the real money management comes. You're gonna be so at ease with it that you know the bank is gonna offer you a rate, and you're gonna be like, I don't know, Balancer seems more like it.
I'm
So
learning, man. I'm learning I'm learning crypto. You guys, it's all about basically. So it's about money management, pooling your money. BT showed us that. But what's the key? The key is really making sure you have people under you.
Of course, you're muted.
because you muted your mic.
You muted yourself, man. You were so excited.
Yeah, it's like no matter what happens when you're with a good manager, you don't care what happens.
I think it's computer.
You're like COVID. Like, you're with the Ty Jones team. We don't care. It's all. They're like V1.2. That makes us more money. Relax, you're good. They're like, oh my God, V1.3. It's like, listen, we're gonna get richer.
I can't wait for 1.3. I can't wait.
Like, dude, when you're with a good person, when we're with BT, guys, we're with BT. As long as we don't give a fuck, because we're good in the whole. BT's leading us through it. It's crazy. It's insane.
And by being in the community, as we grow in liquidity, in value, by being just enter the community, as if we grow, you grow with us. I mean, we all grow together, and as we grow, we have more responsibility to bring more people in and to keep the ecosystem healthy. And I think people don't realize there's the only bad actors that are in Bankroll. They dump and then go. They dump and go. Dump and go. And the
Yeah.
longer you stay with Bankroll, the more rewards, the more pumps you're going to be able to see. And we don't even care about pumps because we are doing compounding and passive income. So if the price is stable, we're still earning. So I mean, but that's a really nice bonus. I think it's a great time to be inside the system.
Yeah, man.
Crazy, crazy months, 2 months, crazy months, crazy 2 months. My life has been
But
flow.
yeah, especially I'm sure your wife hasn't been happy. As soon as you said you use
No.
your clever wallet on your phone in the bed, that was it, man. That was it. That's how you. That ends it all. Listen, Matador. One thing my wife has told you is, and one thing my wife has told me, and I'm going to tell you, which is good advice, is that clever doesn't give you any, doesn't put out.
Yeah, I think I'm very fortunate because my girlfriend is very understanding and likes that I have so much passion for the thing, and likes to see me committed to whatever it is. And I think that's awesome. I'm gonna say that this summer I will take her somewhere nice. We will travel somewhere nice. And for now. I'm enjoying my ride in Bankroll. In 2 years, 3 years, I'm gonna look back and say that I did everything that I could to be
Yeah,
successful when I could.
I mean, and the thing is, the good thing about Bankroll, even as it's, as there's waves and stuff of up and of as goes to the resistance lines, support lines and stuff, you can reposition within the system. The
Oh
system
yeah,
is it has enough tools within it that you can reposition within the system. It's like, you know what, this is I'm gonna kind of reposition here. Yeah, I'm gonna reposition here. I'm gonna reposition here. I'm gonna do this, and that's okay. I mean, it's not about people talk about pumping and dumping, like not pumping and dumping. I'm just repositioning so that way I can continue doing the things I want to do, and I'm still within and then the ecosystem is dynamic enough and it's flexible enough that I can do that within the same ecosystem. And and that's just part of the game. I mean, really, he said about earlier when kind of running all together about doing this in like polka dot or this or stuff when we come out with roly poly or whatever the whole thing. But the truth is that when that time comes, when the time comes, when the time comes, it's like you want to have. Look, when the time comes again, okay, what team can I have with me that's going to help you establish, get a website, marketing, get teams all together, know what it is to build chains, build a community, put it out, do the streams, do this, do that. I mean, this is like testnet. This is like Bankroll is like Polkadot is like this is like Bankroll testnet for other streams, and not to say, hey, no, maybe this will be as big as it gets. It's okay. It's okay. People can train to run and do this, and you spend your entire time training, preparing, and training and preparing is not a waste of time. It's actually honing yourself and executing at a higher level, because that's really where we get out. We talk about being rich. We've said it before. We're getting enriched by this experience. The
yes,
pursuit of happiness is not just the end. The pursuit of happiness is the entire way, the entire trail. So we are enriching our lives through this entire trail, and there is an incredible amount of satisfaction about executing at a high level, at really just doing it and performing. That in itself, when you execute at a high level, when you perform in a way that with a group of people, and when the things actually start working out, it really feels great. And when things don't exactly work out or they don't go as we think, it's like, oh my God, such as when the reactor came on, and all of a sudden price goes, and it's like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? And they start selling. And for a second you can get caught up in the moment. It's like, well, wait. And then you're like, wait, let me pause. So this is happening. I'm not exactly sure what is happening, but what I'm seeing is that the price is going down, and I've been complaining for months that I wanted not a month, for days and weeks that I wanted the price to go down. Here it is. What am I going to do? Am I going to hesitate, or am I just going to, I'm just going to bite the bullet and buy?
yeah.
And
Stick
I
with
didn't
the
bet my
plan.
mortgage,
Yeah.
but I was almost late on my cell phone plan. Almost late. So
It's great. It's great to have a plan. I think bankroll is time. The time it's time based, so you really have time to make your decisions. It's not a fast game of chess. It's more a long game of chess. And like you said, the experience, you cannot put a price on that. I mean, you're more than getting enriched. So,
Exactly. I
Cos, are
mean,
you talking? Cos, you're muted.
he's muting. It's, I think his computer mutes him. I think his computer mutes him. It says you've reached your 1 billion word count and you've been too loud. You've dropped 55 f bombs in the last 30 seconds. I can't take this anymore. Guys, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Gosh, you muted, mate.
Yeah, but
Maybe it's
I
not
guess
working.
and the kind of yeah, but and I can say this other thing too is that during this time, if it wasn't for Bank, we wouldn't have met each other, and we wouldn't have been doing this. We would have been doing something totally different.
And
Another
more
parts of the world
boring
doing
for
our own
sure.
thing.
I think
Exactly.
the reward aspect is great, but it complements so much things in our lives and brings people, like-minded people, together. It's not about how much money you make. It's not about who you are, where you come from. It's furthering an objective together, bringing together community. How can we solve problems? How can you empower ourselves? How can we empower our families? How can we empower our family's family, everyone around us? And they might not even be aware that they're being empowered by Bankroll, but every day if you
Mhm.
take something out and buy something nice, you're empowering by Bankroll. If you're taking some
Yep.
money out of the financial system and into the Bankroll, you are going to, with the mindset of empowering them in the future and yourself, by becoming a better informed person in the future.
Exactly. And I'm gonna step out for a second, but I'm gonna be right back. But I'm gonna tell you that to me, Bankroll, it's a good system. Think of it as I always think of it as it's like a car, right? You can have two cars. You can have a Toyota Corolla and you can have a Jaguar. Now, which car can go faster? The Jaguar, right? Which
Yeah.
car has more prestige? The maybe well, I don't know. Toyota's pretty good, but the Jaguar. Which car costs more? Which car can perform at a higher level? Can really do the things more? Now, which car needs the most maintenance and it's the most expensive maintenance?
Jaguar.
Absolutely. Now, does this maintenance mean that it's a crap car? Does this expensive maintenance? No, it's because to function at this high level, to really have the output and the ability to do the things that it needs to do to execute at that level, it needs constant calibration, constant maintenance to make sure that the system is running well, that it's a well-oiled machine, right? And in many ways, these constant calibrations that are being done with Flow, the contract within Bankroll, is just a constant calibration to make sure that the machine is running well. Actually, that it can continue to perform maybe even better than what we expect it to perform.
Yeah.
The car is being recalled to factory to be improved.
Exactly. We're putting a little booster to it. So
and
don't
and
be
it's
negative.
good
Be positive.
because most projects don't even do a recall. They just wait for the airbag to blow in your face, and that's it.
Or they ethic scam and they run away with your money.
Yeah, that's exactly. There's no exit scam, no rug pull,
Yeah.
only rug push. Because
I'm gonna
even
I'm gonna be back.
okay,
I'll be
go
back.
go for it.
I'm gonna go get some food. I'm hungry. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well, maybe we should head out too, but
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, like, did you just want to mention your chain and like where they can find your stuff and everything?
yeah. Well, you guys can find my stuff at the Network. We are working at the exciting things for Flow 1.2, something I never done, and I'm excited to bring to the community. I think you will bring some new things. We are also working on developing a newsletter every week that will inform people on the news that's happening in Bankroll. Maybe one article or a small article about strategies. We also do. We are also planning to do a monthly share wealth program where we will reward every direct member so they can reward their team. So we believe the Fleet Network believes in empowering teams. So we want people under us, but we would rather see a team members under us that are willing to build communities around themselves. So that's why we don't do regular airdrops, and we instead do manual airdrops to everyone, because not everyone plays the same way, and that's fine. At the end of the day, I think everyone should get rewarded. That's why we do the directs rewards. But this month we did also a distinguished team within our network. um, we rewarded one team in particular that brought a lot of growth, respect, fun, and excitement to the fleet, and we decided to reward their whole chain with a regular airdrop, let's say, and empower the leader, the chain lead, the team leader, let's say, of that team, with a nice bonus as well. And we will continue to do that we will try to do it every month. uh, but most exciting of all is that we do not like to have something regular setup. We always want to bring something new, something exciting every week, a new thing, a new article, a new video. I will not reveal what I have planned for 1.2, but it's also going to be something never seen before in Bankroll, and I think that it will benefit the community more than it will benefit the fleet, but it will also benefit us, because it's a tool that will allow people to use it at to to create their own team. So how can we provide the tools to empower teams? And that's our motto. How can we help you help yourself to make a better team? Because at the end of the day, 1% is great, but if we take into consideration how much you can grow by growing your team, you can't really put a percentage on that. I mean, it's so uncertainly positive that we think that's the focus. It should be not on the team itself, but not on our or my chain, because I'm the upline, but the community, but on the upline you can be. And we believe everyone should do their downline as they please. And in Flow 1.2, it really brought us thinking, uh, how can we improve in some ways Bankroll Flow itself, not the contract, but the onboarding situations, and the difficulties on bringing new people in. And I think we are doing a great job on that. And I mean, we are ready to pull the trigger on the announcements, but we are just waiting for the right time, so it gets the most awareness possible. And I think everyone should, if you want to visit the fleet, you just go the fleet.network. It's an easy, or the Twitter that's right on the screen. And you can also contact. There's an old website for questions. There's an articles on Bankroll on the blog section. um yeah, I think that's it. There's also you can ask questions on Twitter, and also contact directly at the fleet.network/contact, and we can provide the direct support even to our team members. But most of all, we believe we do airdrops, but we believe that free stuff doesn't always bring the best people to empower themselves. So by bringing people under our network, we believe they can grow. I have a lot of team leaders saying they use our website to explain to people the inner workings of Flow. They use it to see diagrams, to see articles, to see. Soon they will be able to have more tools. That's what we believe, and that's the motto. That's our motto, to empower them. So not exactly the same vertical chain. I think that's another different scheme that maybe we will do in the future. Maybe we will have someone do it for us. It's even better. So we might have someone that runs vertical chains under the fleet network, so we can diverge people to it. But right now we believe we believe to be the spot to have your team. And in Flow 1.2 with the news, exciting things will happen to those who are under our umbrella.
Yeah. Nice. I might have to put a wallet in it.
I think you should for sure. I think we have a lot of people that grow communities on the fleet, and they get rewarded by it. Doing regular airdrops for everyone in the chains is so diluting, because I cannot do an airdrop. Uh, it wouldn't be fair for someone who has 50 Banker X to get the same amount of someone who has 10,000 Banker X. So
Yeah.
that's why I do the airdrops, uh, calculating the deposit amounts they have to be proportional to the airdrop they receive, because the contributions at the end of the day are not the same. They should not receive the same airdrops. That's one. And then I do direct airdrops or to team leaders, because I don't know how they want to distribute their airdrops. If they want to airdrop to the old chain, if they want to only reward those who are positive, if they want to reward everyone, doesn't matter positive or negative, if they want to keep scam wallets all of it out of their communities, if they want to keep them from themselves for building a website, like I did at the start, using the fleet's rewards to build websites, done in a kind of professional way. It kind of costs money to do it, but it's not.
Didn't you just do like a really big airdrop?
Yes, we did. This month's airdrop was 10,000 Banker X. So
Wow.
we looked at last month's airdrop. That was the Christmas one. Um, we are basically keeping up with inflation. So the amount of airdrop we did last month was 3,000, and that was a certain time frame we had to gather that amount. And the same time frame applied this month, just due to the compounding effect of members of the team, and due to um, the amount of new people that joined their teams. We were able to amass that number, basically that 10,000. That really empowered most people in the community. Are very happy that they got that amount. And we also did uh, it was 1,000 Banker X to a distinguished chain. They are very very happy as well that they got their share. And we will continue to do share wealth rewards program. uh, we will do something different. We are working also on something different in reward in regards to the share wealth airdrop program, just so it's more transparent. um, and once Flow 1.2 comes out again, we will have all the news to share with people. So I think it dropped. Okay, you're in.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. My internet dropped out.
So we don't see the amount of direct referrals growing as much, uh, because we see it's really hard to get someone that's willing to form a team, a good team under us. And we have recently have had two big team leaders starting out on the fleet. Uh, well, it was tumultuous times due to the price drop, and once you sell your big fish, and then the price drops threefold, it's not a good look on anybody. But we encourage them to continue and grow their communities, that they will see that the result is not on your personal basis. The result is in empowering a community. Is showing that there's rewards to be had if you grow your downline. And I think they're very happy with it, and for sure they're gonna grow in the future. We are afraid that some people will break chains, and it's gonna end up costing our kind of endeavor is gonna cost us more, because our team has grown by growing teams. So once one guy leaves their upline, they're effectively splitting the fleet the fleet's ship in half. I think it's we are talking with everyone in our community, individually, to let them know what's going to happen. But at the end of the day, it's their choice, their decision. We don't take it personal. We just take it as a commitment that we need to go to grow bigger and stronger, to show Bankroll to everyone else. For me, if I had no direct, I would be great, because I would have worked twice as hard to get more. So, and I will continue to work twice as hard, independent of that number that's done under me. And I think
And and I
sure.
was gonna, I was gonna say actually, because that's kind of happened already, where people kind of go, hey, we're gonna move this, gonna do that, and I mean, and one of the guys, one of the MLM guys, NDR, is already kind of let people know. It's like, hey, look, unless you have a fresh wallet, like a fresh wallet never been used. It's like, don't go from this other guy's name, who's also part of the community, who's with us in the Discord, to join me, because that's not where we're heading. If unless you're coming with a fresh wallet, don't just do that. That's just, it's terrible for it, because we're all in the same community together. And so that's, I gotta respect NDR and Roller for Life for doing that, because someone says, oh well, hey, that's a pack party, or this party. It's like this, these are chains that have done well, that are doing well, and it's kind of like, well, I'll just move it over. It's like, no, don't just do that. I mean, just create a fresh wallet. If you want to do other stuff or whatever, that's fine. But I mean, because if not, then we're just going to be, it doesn't create a great welfare, a great
Yeah,
state in terms of that. Now, I mean, everyone's free to do, but I'm telling you from the, everyone's free to do what they want to do. If your upline has abandoned, someone said abandoned. I think one was the word abandoned, or done like this, or just kind of left you be, where, or just kind of, hey, look, you know what? He said, it's like, I joined this guy. I thought I was going to get a team, but that's not really what it was about. It's like, actually, I would rather go somewhere who's building teams and then just kind of helping me support the downline, because I just don't have the time for that, or I don't have the time to go getting people and the socializing or stuff. Hey, then that's all these are things are reasonable, and I think all of that stuff is reasonable, and as long as that's kind of clear, it's good. But honestly, when we start all over again, it's starting all over again from the very beginning,
it's exciting.
one by one, one by one, one by one, all over again.
I think we will see more about the Find a Buddy tool. We are still In my team, we're still exploring the possibilities of using it as our main address. So if you want to join the fleet, you always use that, and always use our team, our leaders to use it. And I think there's one opportunity there that can be very beneficial, because you're really not benefiting one person, and that takes the whole, oh, I don't want to give that guy a referral thing away, because you actually do not know who you are giving it to. And someone who comes in, new person who comes in, might be under you, and you want to feel the same way. Oh, someone just joined under me. So that too might be the key for some. Well, for my team, for sure, it will be something we are looking at, because once you start putting a lot of people under one upline, then you got to micromanage everyone. And by using that tool, it does it automatically, micromanages your chain automatically, and doesn't allow for individual plays, because
Mhm.
it's random, it's code. You cannot
Yeah.
use I mean, it takes the bad actor from it, because you're not you're not benefiting yourself. You're actually benefiting your team, and
Mhm.
then you're benefiting yourself, because he's a part of you, but not directly. So you're always empowering people to empower other people. And once they see that address is not fixed, it actually changes. One time it will be your time, and when
Mhm.
your time comes, you're gonna get referrals. And that's the thing. A team, it's not an upline. It's a gathering of uplines. And uh, I,
Mhm.
I wish there was a way in Bankroll that we had more say in the teams, because more and more people get stuck, because they do not know how to reach other teams and what are teams. And it would be great if you could say, okay, this team does that, this team helps you this team has a group here, this team I mean, every team is different. I mean, you can have a family team, I mean, a private team. Yeah, that there's no one saying you cannot have a private team. Some people don't want to have a private team, and that's great. And there's a lot of opportunities with teams that I think we still to be explored in the future. And once it resets, we will see more stability for team players to grow. And like BT said, he will probably have the biggest team, and we will be on marketing development. And I think every team might want to look at it too. To develop a marketing strategy, even a small one. It doesn't mean if you have a marketing strategy, doesn't mean you're going into in Madison Avenue with the posters. It just means I have this banner, I have this greeting card that you can send people, have this video tutorial, have these small things that will help new people getting under you. Because if you do not have these kinds of things, then people will have to go somewhere else to look it. And if they go somewhere else, you just basically lost because you were a bad influencer per se.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it could be, and just to kind of finalize, with the teams that, here's a, I'll go with my mad idea of the day.
Oh,
But that I like the buddy tool. I like the buddy viewer. I mean, if we could have it where, hey, where we can have it by chains. It's like, not because, where you can have it. I want to, I'm just going to do 100 Banker X chain, or 200 or 300 or 400, or maybe just 50, where it could help you find those tools, like a last person on the chain that you can join.
Yes.
Now,
simple that
a good way to reward players and maybe also incentivize them to stay positive is that you do not show up on the list if your account is negative.
Good shout. It's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because damn it, man. Oh my god.
That'll be in the update.
I can already see it. But actually, it's a good idea.
Because it rewards players, because you can be on the chain, but if for some reason you have someone on the last of the chain is negative, it's like, hey, if you're negative on the last one on the chain, the buddy tool is not going to find you, and then you're just going to be a hanging link on the chain, and you're not going to get the referrals. You're not going to get the chain built behind you.
Yeah, that is a really good idea, actually. ET, sort it out.
Yeah, probably.
He's back here. I gave him some Taco Bell. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I think that's it.
I think with that, I'm going to drop the mic and walk away.
Phone smash. Cool. Well, should we call it a night then on this stream? Because it's we've done 3 hours, 20.
Nice.
Well,
I'm to roll.
There's not a lot to cover.
Oh, Feli, what's your account on?
Time
there we
to
go.
roll the divs. Do those dividends pay that Taco Bell?
Let me take a look. I'm going to take a look right now.
Did you buy that Taco Bell with your divs?
Let's see.
Yeah, actually, I bought it. I did buy it with. Hold on a second. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. I'm in Flow. So right now, my available is 58.39. My rewards is 23.53. So I add it all together. It's a little over 80 Banker X since 143 to 422. So that's 2 hours and 40 minutes. So I made 83 Banker X in 2 hours and 40 minutes.
So that's about, I don't know, but you must sleep very well at night, knowing that. I'm gonna sleep very well when I wake up. I'm gonna get paid.
Yeah.
$25. There you go.
That's great.
25. What's that? $25 in 3 hours. Can't complain. It's more than minimum wage, isn't it?
Exactly. And I'm expecting, and there's a lot of price fluctuation because of what's going on. Everything is moving and stuff like that. So, and you know what? The point is like, I'm doing okay. And yes, actually, I can actually show you that I did pay with this Taco Bell with my crypto.com card, and I'm not getting paid for that. Here it is.
Hey.
You know, it just goes straight in crypto. Why convert it to fiat? I'm telling you, this is the best brilliant idea. Hey, Bank Teller comes out with a Visa, sometimes sponsorship, where we can just pay it with this.
I don't know. I think if I had one of those cards, I might not have any crypto.
There we go.
I cannot have one of these things. I need to have steps, not to sell my crypto. I have to offline everything. Otherwise, I will just get greedy. Because
I'll tell you what, that CRO card actually, or the MTO card, that's bought me so much Banker. I just exchange it all into Banker. I think I've made like $400 or $500 in rewards in it, and I'm just like, yeah, put it into Bankroll. There we go.
Really,
now it's real money.
I cannot get into that. Oh my god, I can just imagine going shopping with the crypto card unlimited. Oh my god, I cannot do that. I cannot.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I did that. I bought it through that, and then I used Nexo, and I took a loan out of Nexo to buy more Banker.
I will. It's right there. My ledgers are there. So, oops.
Oh yeah, you got your ledger, didn't you?
Yeah, I got my backup pack.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it off eBay. I'm just kidding.
I gotta go. Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
If anything, if there's more new information coming out, maybe we need to do a second one this week. Maybe shorter. If there's more new information coming out.
Maybe we'll stick to an hour or something.
Yeah. So, like that ever happens. We enjoy this too much.
3 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always 2 or 3 hours, right? But listen, always fun, always a pleasure. Y'all hang out. But so the mad idea for this week is the buddy viewer. If it's negative, it does not find the buddy.
That's an awesome idea. We're gonna link that to ET. That's awesome idea. Well, see you guys. See you next week. Hopefully it all goes great in your lives, and we hope you are still here next week to discuss Bankroll related things.
All right. Awesome. Y'all take care. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, good night, and till next time.
Yeah. I'll put everyone's info in the description below as well.
Yep. Okay. All right.
All right. See you later, guys. Bye.